Where's all my inputs? What's going on here? What? Hello everyone. For some reason, everything is invisible. Which is very strange and not what normally happens. Like a webcam. Huh. That's very strange. But yeah, hello Key. Hello Rafa. How's it going? Who needs video? True. True. This is very weird. I wonder if it has to do with this. Give me a second, folks. Folks. See if that improves anything. But then why would the game capture not be working? Let's see. Do some ASMR, I know. That's what I'm in the process of doing. Capture specific window. Rimworld. How about that? Okay. One thing accomplished. Let's see about my face being next thing. Webcam large. Yeah, something like that. Oh, did I not open... Hang on. Hang on a second. Brun, good to see you. How's it going? Who needs video for karaoke? True. I can't do karaoke, unfortunately, I don't think. Oh, that might be working now. Hang on. Let's see. No, it's still not working. That's horrible. Don't mind me just moving everything around. That's very strange. Alexa, play elevator music for technical difficulties. Yeah. We'll get it working. That's weird though. It was working before, you know? Why would it suddenly give up on me completely? Who's to say? Cam... it's none of those things. What if I just turn my camera off and on again? Classic. Let's see if that works. Ooh! It's upside down. What? Hang on. What's happening? Flip vertically, I guess. Australia cam, yeah. What? Okay. How's that? How's the audio, by the way? How does the audio, game audio, compare with my audio, etc., etc.? That's so bizarre. I don't know why it was behaving like that. But I don't approve. Also, let's do a little cheeky little... There we go. Hang on. I feel like I'm out of focus now. These are definitely the things I should be doing before starting stream. Audio is the one thing that seems to be working flawlessly. Beautiful. How are the relative levels? Can you hear the game audio? Is there game audio? Ah, so that answers that. Default output. You'd think that my thing that says live would capture... It's probably because I've moved where my actual headphones are attached to. That would do it. Is it that one? How's that? Do we have game audio? Could really do jaw surgery to this. True. You wouldn't botch it. Getting your 4,000 plus experience. There you go. Okay. It's working. I'm going to assume that the levels are probably quite good. Now I'm going to do the terrifying thing of trying to triple stream. Let's get TikTok involved too. Why not? Why not? Before Let's see. Watch that also have a million technical difficulties. We'll see what happens. Oh, wait. Okay, so it doesn't want to cooperate with the camera. Couldn't create camera source on TikTok. I think because I'm trying to... It's being used by like multiple programs now. That's a shame. That's a real shame. That would have been nice to do. And TikTok doesn't let you do a stream key either. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just gonna put a big text link that says, "Look, you'll see my face if you go on." If you go on, no, I'm not gonna do that. Does that suck? That kind of sucks. You see my face if you go onto Twitch. That does suck, I think. Shakes angry fist at TikTok. Truly. Add source. Hang on. Let's see if we can get it to work some other way. What if the source that I add is just the Twitch stream? Is there a way of doing that? Hang on. We're going big brain mode. Stream relay. Here we go. Embed licensed live streams directly in your live. That seems... What if it's my stream that I'm using? Hang on. Stream link. Enter stream URL. Here we go. Now we're talking. This would be great. Undergroundy, hello, how's it going? Also, have I lost my camera now? Am I frozen in place, looking like an Egypt? Yeah, Undergroundy, hello, how's it going? How's life treating you? Oh my gosh. I'm having troubles. I'm troubled. Let's just copy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on now. Emery Glass. A lot has been happening, but you're holding up. I'm glad to hear. Well, I'm glad to hear you're holding up. I'm doing alright. I'm doing well. I'm trying to get this stream to work. But life's treating me alright, yeah. Not authorized to relay this stream. Damn it. That could have been beautiful. Damn it. That could have been so nice. Hang on. Add source. I just don't think any of these is going to work now. We've already added this device. Yeah. Add source, and it's tiny. And not working. Well, it's gonna be a no on the TikTok stream, I'm thinking. And now this one's given up on me. Hang on. Just launching Rimworld there yourself. See if you can cope with the loss of a colonist to a rabid guinea pig earlier. Oof. Oof. That's more of like a morale hit, I feel, than anything else. Okay, we are shrinking. We are shrinking. We are shrinking. Let's see. Yeah, now it doesn't want to cooperate on here. Oh, we're back. We are so back. Hello, everyone. Hang on. As I put a chair on a treadmill. Really innovating. How is that? Can I be seen? I think I can. I think this is fine now. That probably wasn't something that I should have been doing on the fly, to be fair, but, you know. That's one of the ways of doing things. Okay, Rimworld. Can we see the game? I hope so. I'm sure we can. Oh, another thing I should pop out is little is the Twitch chat so I can see the little, I can see when someone follows or whatever. Let's do that too. And then we'll start. Channel. Watch the audio double up on me. And pop out the... that's so good to hear. I sadly can't stay. Oh, no worries at all, Undergroundy. Good to see you. See you in the next one. Where can I pop out the chat? There we go. Yeah, it's probably just better to pop them out separately anyway. Much as I like Chatterino, it's not that good for this kind of thing. So, there we go. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I am visible too. Let's get the game open. So, we were playing The Covenant, I believe. Was it The Covenant? It was The Covenant of the Cove or something like that. Shan, good to see you. How's it going? Let's see here. Okay. Yes, we had Babe and Rennie, that's right. And apparently a mad alpaca. Beautiful. How's that game audio, folks? Another rimming sesh, it is indeed. How's that audio? How's that game audio compared to mine? Also, let's move that a bit. There we go. Okay, yeah, we had just solved the food problem by getting a bunch of corn. And then we were making, yeah, we made little bedrooms. Audio levels are A-okay. Wonderful, thank you, Rafa. But yeah, we'd made a little defensive perimeter on both sides. And we had our little garden in the back. What is that music? Kiss It and the Psychic Suppression. For a 12-year-old child to join the colony, I don't think so. That's a cute child. The Itakin kids are always quite cute, but no, I don't think so. Sorry. Doing good, had a good week, which is weird. Far too many good things happened. Oh, are you suspicious? Can the music be lowered a smidge? Of course it can. Of course, of course. It's a little bit loud on my end too, so... How about that? That's down a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad good things happened this week for you, Shan. And also, I haven't had a chance to properly read your stuff, but I will, and I'll get back to you about it ASAP. I had a very busy week myself, or last few days myself. But also good things for the most part, so can't complain. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, so what are our objectives now? We just wanted guns mainly, so we want to do a lot of research. So we just want to zoom ahead really with things. Rennie's cleaning. Oh, Rennie couldn't research, that's right. She can only mine and construct and cook. Okay, well we'll definitely make sure Babe doesn't do any mining. And then we can just set Rennie to doing odd jobs of mining, really. Couldn't hurt. I don't know if we have much in the way of spare random materials, though. Shambler approaches. So we've got a little shambler over here. But it's not an attack or anything. They just wander around and don't cause any problems. Especially because we've got a wall. We just need to make sure not to go out to them specifically. I guess I could plant some stuff too down here. Oh, that's not nice soil. Garbage are superstitious, that's fair. Not good things are confluence. Take your time with the reading. Yeah, for sure. I want to, like I say, I want to do it justice. But, yeah. That's fair. I'm not a super superstitious person. But like with, lately, a lot of the things that have been happening for me that have been good have also involved like a variation of my own name appearing somewhere, which is interesting. But I don't want to humor that because... I don't think it would be helpful for me to become superstitious. How did the meeting go yesterday? It ended up not happening, but it was like delayed again and again so many times that I was just on edge all day, basically, which is fine. I mean, these things happen. People are busy, busier than I am lately. But yeah, it just didn't end up happening. It was delayed from 12 until 4, and then from 4 until 5, and then from 5, it just didn't end up happening that day. So that's something for next week instead. But that's all right. It'll be fine. Which of the colonists are most romantically compatible with each other? Of our 2 colonists, I think that we have two straight, two straight women at the minute. But we'll get some romance going later on. My first thought was, I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. Yeah. So they're roommates. They are. Yeah, they are indeed. Well, they're housemates. You know. Doomed Yuri. We've got our 34-year-old pigskin and our 19-year-old baseliner, who's a undergrounder, quick sleeper, optimist, and our babe, who's our fast learner, with a lot of social skills. Whereas Rennie has very poor social skills, so... Oh, babe, I don't want you doing this. Could you just work on researching for now? We'll put you on growth of stuff later. Can Rennie grow stuff? Yeah, she can. Okay, and she will. That's great. Oh, but for now, Pemmican's actually much higher priority. That's great. Smith & Wesson Governor. Babe is level 10 in intellectual. That's nice. How are we for wood? We've got 13. Okay, not very much at all. Rennie, when you're done with that, chop us some trees. And oh yeah, we got some cloth last time too. That'll be useful later, I guess. I quite like the some of the armor and gun mods that I've added. The combat extended exclusive ones. Some of the armors are quite cool. Like you can have a full body jumpsuit with gloves and boots for your colonist, and that gets rid of some of like finger and foot injuries that are quite common. Otherwise. Rennie only has a bow, that's right. Okay. Is she set to hunt? No. Let's put her on hunting too, because we did label some things for hunting. And it couldn't hurt. The laboratory's awful, considered awful. Where have they been eating? Have I been making them eat without a table? Oh my goodness. Torture. Pure torture. Let's change that. So Rennie, your construction's 5, so you won't make better stuff. Also, this Q is Quality Builder, which is quite a good little mod. Just make sure that the furniture is at a quality that you want it to be. Oh, she got something. Didn't even see what it was, but it must have been a fat bird. A turkey meat. There we go. Nice one, Rennie. Pemmican should be higher on the list. Yeah. Put it top. And we even got Psychic IT. We're doing alright, actually. In terms of the basics. Where did that wood go? Grab that. And we can probably turn off the... Yeah, we have actually turned off rice harvesting, that's fine. It's not really that important anymore. 18 days of food, that's good. We could probably do with another couple colonists, couldn't we? Get the thing moving a bit. Let's see. Oh yes, this is a day specific ritual. Oh well. We'll get some drops in of people, I'm sure. Paralytica Beja, or what's this? A single Ascaria rat. No. Oh, little guy. A little 12-kilogram rat. Poor lady. She's only 56 days old. Well, should probably hit the trap or something. Yeah, that's sad. Oh well. It's a patch of land looking sus. Which patch? Which patch, Rafa? Wait. How did no one notice that in the first stream? Oh, this is a crusty looking situation. What the hell? Oh, is this like dripping? Oh. How did we not notice that last time? That's grim. The sticky D, truly, yeah. It's even kind of dodgy looking up here. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably too small, but fair enough. Too busy rimming to notice, yeah. Occupied elsewhere. Well spotted, Rafa. Sleeping babe. More like penis world. So true. So true. That's clever. Okay, I can only read so many of these out. Tino! Hello, hello! How's it going? I'm doing very well, how are you? Very good to see you. We haven't even gotten complex furniture yet. What's going on? We haven't even gotten cocoa yet. Oof. Good, just change your car battery and it's working again. Very manly man, me. Very nice, very nice. I'm proud of you. At least you didn't have to change the acid or something. That could be a dodgy situation. No cocoa yet? Sadly not. Andre, good to see you again. No cocoa yet. I know. We will get some planted though eventually. Andre, you missed a very interesting part of stream. Yes, Rafa's eagle eyes managed to notice this situation in the terrain. I'm gonna leave it at eagle eyes. I don't want to make any jokes at Rafa's expense, but pattern recognition. Long but thin, yeah. What is it? Curse of the Irish? No further comment. Well, this is chill. So eventually we're going to want a little workshop. But But we have our nice little grid here. So the workshop can go right here. Do we have any materials to build with? We've got some wood. I just want to keep Rennie occupied, really. Babe is on building stuff as well. Let's just... We don't even have stone cutting. I'll make a little wooden room I'm gonna eventually build in, I think. What's new in the past 2 years or so? Less than I'd like. I wrote a book since I last was on the stream, which is pretty cool. That was my major achievement, honestly. But yeah, I've posted a little bit of it on TikTok. I plan on putting the whole thing out eventually. But that was my major project. But now I'm looking for a PhD. That's my goal. So, yeah. What about yourself? That's an achievement for sure. I'll never write a book. I was very lucky to get the kind of freedom to do it. You know, without being super stressed about like keeping the bills paid. But yeah, I don't think being a writer will ever be like a primary thing that I want to do. More of a side project. But I really enjoyed it. Do a PhD and stuff with me, yeah. Why would you do a PhD? What the fuck? I find there are certain areas of research, I don't want to, you know, dox myself, but there are certain areas of research that I find really interesting, and I've already done a master's, so I have some hands-on experience in a lab, but I'm genuinely interested in the stuff that I want to do a PhD in, which, you know, that's kind of the goal, and I would love to be, my long-term goal is that I would be a researcher who also teaches, so a lecturer. In some capacity, because I like teaching too. Censored for writing PhD, I noticed that. Yeah, that's so weird. Dog, flat job, c'est la vie. Fair enough. What kind of dog? That's exciting. What kind of dog? Do you not want to live the glamorous life of a writer? It's a very lonely field. Unless you're on a book tour or something. But I just would like something that forces you to be a bit more social than that, personally. Still on my bad days, considering applying for one, Brun. What would it be in? What sort of, what field? Roughly. A beagle! A noisy beagle! That's so cute! That's wonderful. What did you name your beagle? Darwin? That's a great breed. Can't do a PhD then go into teaching, that's too cliche. What? Not directly, not just teaching, but researching and teaching. That's pretty normal, no? I would enjoy that. I would like that. Vibes, conference coffee breaks, yeah. Most of my D&D group are PhDs. I think 3 or 4 of them in academia still, and I think they like it now. But no one enjoys the PhD part. That's fair enough. I mean, yeah, it's going to be very stressful, but I'm ready for that. I want to be doing something, you know? Writers like to be lonely. Oh, I know. It's part of the process, but I wouldn't want it to be my full-time thing. Even if I was lucky enough that or skilled enough to make that a reality. I mean, often going into teaching is the only way to advance in the career, yeah. I think I'd really enjoy it. I like teaching. I like explaining to people. I like presenting. I like being visible. Is that so hard to believe? Oh, your master's was in political science. Interesting. Probably politics. Cool. What sort of thing did you focus on? Okay, without doxing yourself too much, what sort of thing did you focus on in your political science masters? That's really interesting. I would love to do something like that, but I just don't know what I would do with it. You know what I mean? But I find that I do find political science really interesting. A streamer that likes to present? No way. Yeah, truly. Supervisor you get will make or break your PhD. Yeah, I'm being very careful about it. I thankfully have I have I'm in conversation with about 3 different people at the minute, and it's interesting. There has really interesting work and like seems like a nice person. I mean, they all seem like very nice people, but it's interesting like balancing each of those things. All of their work is really interesting, but like whether it aligns with me better or worse seems to be inversely proportional to like how friendly they seem, which is fine. Please vet your supervisor. Yeah, for sure. I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll make sure. I'm quite good at figuring people out, so I'll make sure to get a good couple in-person meetings and so on. Some people like to make the mistakes themselves. Yeah, not if it costs you 4 or 5 years of your life with a horrible supervisor. It's not a mistake I would be keen to make. Try to talk to some of their past students if you can. I could try that. That's true. Someone should make a glass door for academia. I guess you've got like rate my professor or something, right? But that only works if they also happen to teach. The gossip would be great. Okay, what's Rennie up to? Oh yeah, sowing the rice. The rice that I stopped making rice up here. It's fine. Thesis was on voting behaviour of immigrants in their home country. French people living abroad have MPs in French Parliament that represent them and vote just like French people in France. Oh, interesting. Okay, wanted to investigate if Brits in France cared about not being represented in Britain, and whether the French abroad cared about having representation back at home. Oh, interesting. Cool. How long do you have to live abroad, as a French citizen before, or does that ever change? If you haven't lived there for 25 years, can you still participate in the elections? Not really. One of my favourite fun facts is that Brun, you don't get to answer this, and none of you others look it up, okay? Don't look it up. But it's one of my favourite fun facts, and yes, Brun, you're disqualified from answering this. Anyone know what France's largest land border is with? Which country? Rafa, you know? Well, okay. Rafa, you're also not allowed to answer. Won't spoil. Okay, there's not that many people in chat, so if you all happen to know, then it won't be much of a surprise to anyone. Yeah, I really didn't pick my audience very well, because I imagine Shan probably knows too. The writing gossip is always great. A lot of staff messing around with students. One of the department's heads is currently engaged to a former student she supervised. Oh, that's troubling. Pretty sure it's in South America. Yeah, it's with Brazil. Because like French, I believe it's French Guiana, is a full, what do they call it? The French like administration? No, that's not quite right. But like it's a full district, it's as French legally as like, what is it? Ile-de-France, or I don't know, any other Normandy. Department. Thank you, Brun. Bruce here. Bye, folks. Have a great weekend. You too, Andre. Good to see you. And we are all nerds. Yeah, that's true. But isn't that a great fact? Did you learn this doing Caribbean homework? I didn't actually. I think I just learned that by all of the various games I've played and so on. Or maybe it's just a fact I read somewhere, but it is cool. You can. Basically, the world is split into constituencies, so French people living in the UK and Ireland and Scandinavia have an MP that represents the French of Ireland and the UK. Oh, okay. So it works just like you moving to another constituency. Interesting. Is there like a miscellaneous constituency? Like, what about like... Okay. What about... this is probably not true for anyone, but like, what about, you know, Antarctica? Is that just the other category? Probably doesn't matter too much. Also the country with the most time zones. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That checks out, I guess that makes sense, right? I imagine it was Britain for a long time. So, beer brewing, complex furniture, stone cutting, complex clothes. Wait. Complex furniture soon. Excellent. Excellent. If anyone cares, I know someone studying a PhD in Victorian erotica. And another doing a PhD in Victorian lesbians. There you go. The only like knowledge I have about anything like that is wow, what's their name? Kaz Rowe, the streamer. Have you ever watched their... Or streamer, the YouTuber. Do you know Kaz Rowe, Shan? Kazrowe. They make a lot of videos about like queer people in history. No? You might find their videos interesting. Kazrowe on YouTube. They make some pretty cool stuff. A lot of Victorian era stuff and a lot of queer history content as well. I think their most recent one was about trains in the Victorian era or something. Antarctica is the only one that isn't in a constituency. Look at me. Greenland is in the same constituency as the UK. I guess that makes sense. If you just have to chuck them somewhere. But yeah, that makes... I guess why would Antarctica be involved? That's an interesting system. What would you want to do your PhD in if you happened to, Brun? Thanks for the rec. No worries at all. No worries at all. Their stuff's great. Yeah, we're just chilling. Nothing really has happened in a while. I guess that's Cassandra for you. Manhunter Pack, Shambler Swarm, Manhunter Pack, and then, yeah, enemy raid. 2 enemy raids at the beginning, way back when. So we're just not seeing a lot of humans. But that's fine. 11 days until we can summon another person. Well, how's our world looking around us? Our local area? How's that? Oh yeah. We've got one good trading partner over here. 2 Empire ones when we eventually get that up and running. We've got a steel mining work site with 2 people. I mean, I don't really want to try that. I'd probably just get my ass kicked. Biwat is a small independent group. But, you know, could be a way to get more people eventually. I just don't think that we would be able to fight them well. We have shooting 1, melee 1, shooting 2, melee 1. So we're not exactly combat ready, but once we get guns, we can get more people that way, for sure. Is Rennie the artist? Yes. I can get her to do some art too then. I don't want to use up all our steel though. But yeah, some wooden artworks couldn't hurt. Let's do one more. Rennie. I probably shouldn't have ever used steel to make them. That's a bit of a waste. I mean, we do have this dodgy looking steel over here. And some over here too. I'll get rid of the planning. It looks horrible. Okay, babe. Complex furniture, nearly there. That'll be another good thing to have wood for, actually. Rennie. Wake up. Complex furniture. Build complex furniture like beds, end tables, dining chairs, armchairs, dressers, tool cabinets, billiard tables, poker tables, vents, sarcophagi, and more. Nice. The main thing for that is beds. Beds, dressers, and end tables. Babe, you're our best builder, aren't you? Refill that. So that you can build with some light and hopefully it'll be higher quality. Yeah, good quality bed. Excellent. Build that one as well. And then we'll get rid of the bedrolls. There we go. Stick that in there. And now Babe has a proper double bed instead of sleeping on the floor. Excellent. And you can also have a dresser too. I'll put it here. I mean, that would be really annoying in real life if it keeps hitting the bed, but that's fine. Let's get that built too. I wonder if the rat got hurt. It looks like it might have. Oh no. Dead rat. Area 2. I'll include this in Area 2. It might get me in trouble later, but I'd like them to start rebuilding those. What do you favor skills-wise when beginning? Brun, I tend to go for construction and plants as my most important top skills. Simply so that you can build wooden structures right at the beginning. Chop down trees quickly, get some buildings up quickly. And then after that, for me personally, intellectual is the next most important. Hence why Babe was our starting character, right? Intellectual is the most important so you can get your skills up, because I almost always play with a tribal start. And then social is, again, Babe is perfect for this, but social would be my next most important so that you can just start to increase your numbers a bit. After that, mining probably is really important, hence why Rennie's so good. But mining obviously gets you access to stone and iron more quickly. But it's also a luxury because you can do it with a lower skill, and it's not something that people tend to spend all of their time doing. So having a low mining skill is not the end of the world. After that, crafting, probably for me. The combat skills I don't care about too much at all, really. At the beginning, those are kind of a luxury for me because I tend to just rely on traps at the beginning as well. But, and then after that, I would probably go for... Yeah, crafting. I really neglect animals. I rarely use it, and obviously artistic is purely a luxury ability. So then it's shooting and then melee. If I had to order them. But yeah, we've got really nice... These are a really nice pair of starting colonists, for sure. It's just a shame that Rennie can't do any intellectual work. But that'll become less of a problem once we have more random stuff happening. That just always... It always happens with a small colony that you get everything done, and then people are idle. On a bigger colony, that's rarely the case. She can't craft either, though. Stone cutting. Speaking of crafting, yeah. So we'll be able to get some stone walls up, which will be really nice. And I will actually make this out of steel, I think. Because my stone cutting table always burns down. And these can be growing heelroot, actually, instead of rice. That'll be nicer to do on a fertile soil. Get it grown nearly half as quick, or 50% quicker. Okay, Rennie, I'm gonna unrestrict your area as well. Give me some steel. Oh, we just have a bed out in the hallway. Get that moved. And get that built. And so, a wooden double bed good gives you, where is the comfort? Somewhere, I'm sure. Comfort, 0.9. So they have a comfort bar here, which goes up to 100, and currently it's at 90% for Babe. And so sitting in something with 90% comfort, or 0.9 comfort, this bed is actually 0.95 because it also has a end table and a dresser next to it. So she'll be at 95% comfort once she wakes up from her sleep, which is quite nice. It gives you a good mood boost. I'm going to go write my newsletter because I have tens of readers waiting. Nice. That's exciting. Enjoy, Rafa. Call me if any new interesting patch of land shows up. Yeah, we might get a funky meteorite. Adding a third situation on here. Who knows? And yeah, some more wood would be good. Probably didn't need Babe to do this, but more wood. Oh, we probably don't need anyone making simple meals until we run out of pemmican, but that's fine. It doesn't hurt to go through some of the corn and rice. Okay, what's next? Complex clothes. None of this is all that important for now. These values are... research speed will be multiplied by 67% because of tech advancing. This will be slower until we do everything that is a lower priority than it, or like lower on the tech tree. And then our tech will advance to industrial, and we'll be able to research this, and it'll take 1800 instead of 2400. So it'll be a bit quicker. But yeah, we probably need more colonists. Okay, traps have been replaced, that's good. There'll probably be another event soonish, judging by that. What sort of interactions are they having? Already made a comment about wearing raincoats to Babe. Oh, they're friends. They're really good friends. That's nice. Plus 100 and plus 93. That's really sweet. I usually start giving my colonists like flesh tentacles and all sorts of things that makes them ugly to one another, and then these. So it's rare to see them friendly with each other. But that's nice to see. Also, I can turn off potatoes as well. We've got too much food now. How's our wealth? Oh, yeah, that's too much. I mean, it's only 13,000, but still a bit too much. Why do they want them to be ugly to each other? I don't. It's a tragic side effect. If they get flesh tentacles and I think maybe some other bionics, or like they lose a nose or something, they become uglier. They have a value called beauty, which is somewhere here. B-A. Beauty, yeah, 0, 0, so there's no positive or negative for Babe at the minute. But you get a -1 for certain certain things, and yeah, it just makes them like each other less, unfortunately. But flesh tentacles are like a side effect of certain certain interactions in the game. You can have, with the Anomaly DLC, you can have a healer character that joins you, and they can give you healing, but sometimes it will also like convert a limb. So let's say like Rennie lost her stomach in a gunshot wound, lost her stomach. You could replace her stomach using this like magic healer, but it might also turn one of her arms into like a flesh tentacle, and then that'll freak out Babe, and then they'll be not friends anymore because Babe is discriminating. And actually you can have a trait called kind that makes them ignore all that kind of thing. Which is quite nice. Why tentacles specifically? Good question. You'd have to ask the developers, but who knows? Maybe it was bait for a certain kind of game audience member to enjoy. I mean, the character art for the Anomaly DLC involved like a woman with tentacles growing out of her back, and it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't anything much, but people who enjoy that kind of thing don't need much permission to see what they want to, etc., etc. Hospitality for a friend. Did we change? Yes, we changed our reward preferences. Pete Marshall, his friend Pepe Zhu is interested in learning about other cultures, and he wants you to host her at Green Cove for 14 days. She would have to be kept in bed. So, Gene Implanter is an incredible gene pack to get. One of the best, in my opinion, in the entire game. Unfortunately, we have no use for it at the minute whatsoever. And keeping someone in bed for 14 days, I mean, that would be easy enough with our current food and so on. Map of the Mystical Territories. Okay, so this would give us a legendary Thrumbo, which again is something that we can't really deal with at all. So I'm going to have to skip this. None of the rewards are particularly good. I mean, Glitter World Medicine times 4 is just wealth that I would feel bad for using at this stage. What kind of game audience member do you think would enjoy tentacles? I'm not really judging anyone. Each to their own. Let 1,000 blossoms bloom, etc. But, yeah. Just a certain kind of interest. Let's see. Get that hauled inside as well. We could probably do with replacing the light and the torch. There we go. They do tend to be confident in their interests and don't take much prompting indeed. Yeah. More power to them. They're not hurting anyone. Love that Aussie politician. Yeah, I think he's got some dodgy enough views. I look into Aussie politics every time I need to be cheered up. His name's Bob something? I can't remember. But look up the clip of him being asked if his family's from Lebanon. He doesn't like that question at all. Bob Catter, that's it. Yeah. I knew it was Bob something. He has a real ball of energy, so it's easy to remember. But yeah, look up that if you haven't seen it. Yeah, you have seen it. But I ain't spending any time on it because in the meantime was a person's being eaten by a crocodile in Victoria every hour or something like that. It's crazy. I mean, it's obviously it's like several a week or something. I can't remember. Is it Victoria? Queensland? I can't remember. But it is a beautiful clip. Do we watch that? Do we watch that clip? Hang on. Slight diversion while we watch the Bob Catter clip. Can I mute the audio for this? Probably. I'll mute the music audio. Hang on. Let's get that played. Hang on. Let's see. Bob Catter. Threatened to punch the reporter? What, for saying about Lebanon? Damn. Let's see. Watch me dox myself with my like viewing history or something. This is great. Hang on. I can just stay on live, I think. And add window capture, game capture. Let's try that. Capture specific window. It's gonna have to be display capture. Okay, let's just make sure there's nothing dodgy on here. I'm sure there isn't. Anything going on here? Oh god. Don't judge my musical taste or anything. Discard that. And let's go to display. Let's go to display capture. What is that? Capture method automatic. Select a display to capture. Primary monitor? Oh, that's a bit big. Hang on. Let's move that up. Is this worth the time I'm spending on it? I think so. There we go. Can we have... We can't say it here? I don't know. Can people hear this? Tell me. Can you hear that? Yeah, okay. I don't think this guy has great politics, by the way, but...
I mean, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities, I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom as far as I'm concerned, But I ain't spending any time on it because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
Oh God, the rest is politics, guys. That's a bit cringe, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Bob Catter, everyone. It is the immediate switch up that's the best part of that for sure. For sure. How's the music audio? Let's get up to 15-ish. But I ain't spending any more time on it. And he was not. A man of his word. He's terrible when it comes to political opinions. I would imagine so. I mean, you know, A Thousand Blossoms Bloom, that's something I can get behind, at least. But I never would, with the exception of the USA, I don't really know about any other country's politics very well and wouldn't wade in on who seems good or not based on like little clips. People are very good at curating an image of themselves. Tone and volume and spatial expression switch up so fast. It's so good. And I should get that as a little alert for if a colonist dies. Meanwhile, someone's torn up by a crocodile. That'd be great. Love weighing in on other countries' politics, especially war-torn countries without any knowledge on the subject. Of course, of course. Offering suggestions for their borders, for the obvious and easy solution that why hasn't anyone tried this yet, you know? That's the kind of helpful analysis that the world needs. Oh, shoot. Well, that guy got. You should wade into Aussie politics. Look up the Brisbane Olympics fiasco. I will do. Aussie politics. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I know about Aussie politics is that Aussie Fox News is like extremely right wing in what they'll come out with. Is it even Fox? No, it's Aussie Sky News that is like Aussie Fox News. That's what it was. Aussie Sky News is like super right wing, whereas like British Sky News is, you know, kind of fairly. Well, it's normal for British politics, so slightly right wing also. Alright, bib. Manhunter pack. Well, that's all we get now, is it? Oh no, it's a little mink. That's cute. Rennie, depart. Thank you. Damn, poor mink. Also, per me. Oh, there were two of them. Per me, we're not getting any interesting visitors. That's a shame. There was one point when the Aussies had about 8 prime ministers in 2 or so years. Damn. That's, yeah, that rivals the UK. I mean, that beats the UK. Sort of funny, but then the UK had the same thing happen. Yeah. What did we have? We had about 4 in 2 years, which isn't quite as much as that. What was it? It was... I won't even remember the order, to be honest. But it was like Johnson, May, Truss, Sunak. Am I missing one? All in quite quick succession. Cameron, May, Johnson, Lettuce, Sunak, yeah. Yeah, Cameron May was the... That was over... It wasn't over... Oh my god. That wasn't over Brexit, was it? Cameron quit because of Brexit? Because he didn't expect that people would actually be for it. Now we have Keir Starmer. I obviously love and have no issues with whatsoever. What do you mean? That's the Labour Party. They're great, right? They're gonna be the vanguards to lead in the glorious socialist revolution. The Labour Party is wonderful and advocate for, you know, advocate for minorities, care about the working class. I mean, it's in the name, right? Cameron quit because of Brexit. Yeah, I thought so. They're definitely doing a great job, aren't they just? That's alright. Even if the Labour Party aren't doing well, at least we have a robust left-wing movement in the form of your party, who have also no issues whatsoever, and are having a wonderful and untroubled rollout. Things are just peachy in UK politics. It really it fills you with hope for the future, doesn't it? I signed up for the Euro Party emails. Which one, Dino? Which one? And I do not regret it. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Oh, like you're getting all the updates, you mean? I thought you meant like signed up for membership on one of the portals or whatever. On my TikTok feed, I have a lot of edit vids for Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, and the Miliband brothers. I miss them all so much. Oh my god. I can't say I have the same. The odd one I have is I have like Melania Trump edits coming up quite often now of her and I don't feel too bad about it because like normally I find I find it a bit distasteful when someone who is like a politician with like bad dodgy views is paraded around like a I don't know, baby girl way or something. Like people are editing them in a softer light. But I think it's harmless when it's like Melania Trump, who doesn't actually have much say. I mean, do we really think that she has she has the ear of Donald Trump in any meaningful way? I don't know. So I just find them quite funny. It's like edits of her and what's his name from American Psycho and stuff. It's great. Theresa May fan cams. Oh dear God. Running through the fields and so on. I bet. You have baby girl Melania Trump on your For You page. It's more like depicting her as like a real like robot girl boss. The video of her talking about Christmas is hilarious. Yeah, I think we've seen the same one where it's her being asked what she wants for Christmas and she says peace on the world, and then it cuts to her I think on Fox News or something saying I don't give a fuck about Christmas. It's great. I used to be a member of said party and was like, yuck, when they sent me the new membership cards with the UK flag and the phrase Britain first. Yeah. Piss on the world, yeah. Also have Harry Styles Obama, which is also comforting. I mean, yes, that one is, tried and true. I do not trust new emerging parties, yeah. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Because you do want something to change, but I don't know if a new party is the way to go. And then you've got like the fucking Workers' Party for Britain with Galloway. Jesus Christ. There is really no end of tiny, bizarre parties in UK politics, in spite of the fact that it's basically a two-party system. Because of the Obama Dublin trip coming up, I'm back. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. Yes, yeah. O'Leary, O'Reilly, O'Hara and O'Hara. There's no one as Irish as Barack Obama. It's beautiful. Interested in the Andy Burnham takeover? I don't know too much about him, other than him being preferable. I mean, the bar's not very high, but I imagine he would be preferable to Starmer. But has he made any like indication that he actually wants to do that? I don't know. O'Leary, O'Reilly. That's going to be stuck in my head now. Thank you, Shan, for that. He was your mayor? Oh, no way. Oh, yeah, right enough. I imagine you have a better picture of him then. Okay, we can start to make our own clothes, so Babe won't be living in a cloth tribal anymore, which is nice. You're welcome, it's been in my head all day. Nice. There's a great video by The Leftist Cooks, they're called. Here's another recommendation for you, about that whole situation. Not their recent one, which is about plastic patties more generally, but they had a really good video about just the whole Barack Obama visiting Ireland situation. And it was a great watch. I really like The Leftist Cooks. They make great content. It sounds like there's plans for him to take over a seat from a Labour MP who has health issues. Oh, okay. Do you mean a reform shock? Or a remain shock? But then after that, a leadership challenge? Interesting. Yeah, I guess because he isn't even an MP. Remain? Yeah, I was thinking. Christ, he's a bit he's a bit out of the loop, isn't he? Andy Burnham outdone by Remain in 2025. That would be embarrassing. You're not wrong. Amazing. I'm on the edge of Irish content. Yeah. Sorry, just laughing at the Remain thing because I've just got an image in my head of a very delirious person making their case for Remain. Anyway, that's probably not funny to anyone. Political content over my Rimworld gameplay. How do we like that, folks? How's that for a niche? UK politics, mediocre analysis on top of Rimworld. So how about that airplane food, huh? Textiles will go in here. Okay, and I have clones usually of these because I play this game a lot. And this is my no. Where's my usual go-to? Something like this. Yeah, I love a cape. Capes are great. So top priority is dusters. Why are we making 5 of them? Care to? We don't want to make them out of Devil Strand. We want them to have 61 or higher hit points. Oh, this will take me a second to do. Good, actually, I feel like I somewhat remember your streams for politics, unless that's just me forcing content into chat. No, I probably talked about it. I think one of the things that, and I do want to try and stream more consistently. And one of the things that I want to do is like limit myself a little less. I remember trying to keep like stream, and I don't think I was very successful in this, but I remember trying to keep it like fairly PG as well. I think because back in the day I used to stream like Minecraft and stuff, and it felt weird to be talking like very freely when you had you could be fairly confident that there were kids watching and so on. So I don't really want to encourage that this time around, and I just want to talk more casually. And it also just not having to self-censor as much is just like less tiring. Not that streaming's all that tiring, but you know what I mean. But surely you wouldn't talk politics. Yeah. But yeah, I think I did talk about certain things now and then. I just can't remember any specifics. Okay, setting up these bills shouldn't take too long. Oh wait, hang on. Instead of this is great. Instead of a shade cone, one of these mods gives you, where is it? Sombreros. Beautiful. Look at that. Wonderful. So we want them to be 61 or more hit points in health. And we want them to grab materials for it in a radius of about 48. So they can go pretty far to grab like cloth to make these out of, if anyone wants to know better what's going on there. I don't want them to make it out of really valuable material because that would be a waste for a sombrero. But yeah, nice. And then yeah, so babe, are you our crafter? Oh god. Oh, no one's our crafter, really. Okay, time for a really low quality duster. Beautiful. She'll improve though, she's a fast learner. She'll actually probably level up before she finishes this, won't she? We also used to have minors in the server, but I'm pretty sure they're all in uni now. Yeah, true. Everyone has aged up past that being a concern. For sure. I mean, I'm not going to talk like... I still won't, because I would feel weird about it. I'm not going to talk in any kind of explicit terms. But we'll say it's like, what, a PG-13 stream, as opposed to like trying to keep it PG. But yeah, I remember before like trying not to swear and stuff, and that's just not really me. That is very self-censoring. So... Any hags in chat? It's parental advisory advised. Bib level 1. Beautiful. She's an utter beginner. Skill level 1. Utter beginner. Andre would say you. Wow. They're living rent free, Shan. I hate to say it. Raid, the Selkman Union. Look at that. We're getting... oh, Oh. I shouldn't get too excited. This is actually a troubling. Ooh, Purple Frog. Great name. Great name. Misleading name. But also Undergrounder, Fast Learner, Construction 10. Plants and mining. Whew. You're very nice. Any health issues? No. Purple Frog. You could be part of the team. I mean, Neanderthal's not great. Terrible intellectual, but still. Trigger Happy, Chemical Fascination, Slowpoke. That's kind of trash. Quite a good selection of skills for Crow. Crafting interest is quite nice, actually. But Chemical Fascination, I don't think that's good. And Slowpoke is annoying, and... yeah... I don't think I really want either of these. Frog would be alright, but... for the work of trying to convert them, I really want someone intellectual at the minute. Also, this song bangs. Anti-Athel. I don't know. Do we die here? Hopefully not. We've got 4 traps. 3 of them will take out one guy, I think, and then the last one should take out. We should start some bleed on the other one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Babe, you're kind of upset. Oh, I guess because I was forcing you to build something, wasn't I? Go and consume some rice. That's fine. Oh, a fire. Rennie, can you shoot Crow, please? No, apparently not. Oh. Back you go. Okay, so Crow will drop here. Yep. And we will strip you, I guess? I don't know. Do you have anything on you? A crappy backpack. That's fine. Oh! Frog is going to break through there. That's no good at all. Crow. I think you die there. I'm sorry, pal. Frog, are you going to get in? I think so, perhaps. You live rent-free in each other's heads? Well, that's a nice arrangement, to be fair. Your emotional support Iberian? That's beautiful. Everyone deserves an emotional support Iberian. As long as it's mutual. We once had a fight and I didn't talk for 2 days. No. Frog, what's going on here, pal? Oh, sorry, babe. Rennie. We just need some bleed on you, Frog. Sorry, pal. You gonna get involved? Yeah, hit him. Nice. Missed. Okay, that's fine. It's gonna happen. Run. Oof. Okay. That's fine. That's survivable. Dead in 5 hours. Beautiful. It probably would take longer than that to break down the door, to be honest. Can't complain about that. Rennie, repair that door. Thank you, buddy. I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement. Yeah, maybe leave us be. Now, he will drop from bleeding quickly enough that we could recruit him, but I don't know if we want him. I mean, these are really nice. Fast Learner's good too. Yeah, maybe we do. Maybe we do. He is nice. I mean, a 10 in construction with a double passion and Fast Learner, he would be up to level 20 construction in no time at all. And that could leave Babe to not have to worry about that ever again. Double in plants is really nice too. He'll keep himself fed at least. Can recommend a emotional support Iberian. They'll convince you to consume more olive oil. Well, you know, in moderation, that's not a problem at all. That's good for you. Come on. Come on, Rennie. What are you doing? Is that you out of arrows now? Ay. Oh, and Babe is still drafted, unfortunately. So Frog is going to heal up all of their bleeding. That's kind of a big problem. Babe, once you've eaten that, can you just make another trap? No, we don't have any wood. Damn. Well, we can get wood. Babe, will you stay sane long enough to... Yes, you will, I think. Outside allowed area, that's fine. Build this. Grab this. Transport pod crash. Porthos. Ooh. Shooting, melee, construction, mining, artistic, and social. Gourmand I don't love. Pegleg. 38-year-old man with fast learner too. I mean, that's not terrible. He's not terrible. Gourmand I really, really, really hate. And it paired with no cooking is not great either, but he's a great shot. So, I don't know, maybe? Babe, how quickly can you... No. Build this. Ignore... yeah. Oh, Frog's nearly cured himself. Ah! Babe, you fool! You're an utter fool. We're gonna die now because of you. Ay, ay, ay. Rennie, what injury did you get, by the way? What the heck? Rennie got a bruise. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Come on, babe. Oh! Do it quickly. Babe, quickly. Build faster. Build faster. We only really need to... we don't... Rennie has a knife. I forgot about that. Ah. Ooh, 16. It's pretty rough. Okay, Rennie. Did you get more arrows? No, of course not. That would be too helpful. Huh? Huh? Frog, what are you playing at, dude? You're setting your friend on fire? You're setting your friend's dead body on fire? That seems like a bright idea, sure. Did we just beat this guy? No, he's gonna kill me if I try and beat him. Even if I try and stab him, I don't think that'll go very well. Let's just get another trap made. Rennie. Just a little Viking funeral? I guess so. At least he's hitting different parts of the wall. Okay. Babe. Repair that. And then Rennie can work on the other... Fibrous mechanites on Babe, huh? Okay. Oh, they're going home. Okay. Frog. Yeah, you won't be particularly missed. I think we're alright. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, well that wasn't great. How's our... okay, Porthos just cured himself, got up and left. So, that's not an option either, I guess. I've got a pop star who won't do stuff? No! Do they have a bunch of, like, incapable ofs? I guess social. Are they capable of social at least for a pop star? Could be alright. Babe, fibrous mechanites. That's pretty rough. Does Rennie have any medical? Well, one. So no. Basically. So the only result of that is that we got a bit of food, to be fair. This little body here. Won't haul or harvest or chop or construct. Eesh. I guess at least they can research, right? Can they? I hope. We got some meat out of that. Can't complain too much. Butcher that real quick, babe. Thank you. Her mood's gonna be terrible for a while. Well, she has these mechanites, I think. Or maybe I'm just torturing her. If I just leave her alone, she'll be alright. You probably don't need to rest there, though. Just go to bed. You don't need treatment. Intellectual, social, and crafting. Nice, nice, okay. Yeah. Intellect, just I guess, as long as she can do some intellectual, that's not the end of the world. And crafting can be nice too, yeah. That's one of those things that someone can kind of spend all of their time doing if your colony's getting big enough. Just carry that first, all of it. Babe, how you doing? Oh yeah, there we go. Mood way up again. Beautiful. I'm gonna force you to build this, mainly just because I want it done. And it was poor quality, which isn't awful. You can stick that on. Yeah, she's looking cool now. Their little duster on. And she's making another one. No. I'll leave you be on that one. Oh, she wants to rest this off, I guess. That's fine. Her moving's really quick. I thought it only went up to 150% with fibrous mechanites. There you go. Researching should be really quick now. Yeah, look at that. That's not a bad speed at all. Oh god. Gunsmithing's 13 on the priorities. It's fine. We're working on it. We're working on it. How many more days? Only 4 until we can try and recruit another person too. Work frenzy for Rennie. Nice. That'd be great if Rennie did a lot of productive work. I guess that would be good for some art. Wouldn't it? Get us some trees harvested, Rennie. Rescue of Dingo has expired. That's fine. Sorry, Dingo. Can you sculpt now? Yeah. Look at that. That's some speedy work. For sure. And bib. That's fine. Okay, folks. I'm gonna stretch my legs a bit, so let's see if we can do this without everything falling apart. Ta-da! Oh, no, it freaked out. It freaked out because some of the cables are under too much tension. There we go. Hang on. There we go. How's that looking? I'm gonna walk and talk. Can you hear the background? We can see more books. Nice. See if you can guess any of the background. I'll let you know if you're correct. Whoa. Okay. How's the audio? Can you hear the treadmill underneath me? I hope not. Probably not, right? You can really tell where my light is as well. It's being blocked. It's fine. Low treadmill noises? Okay. As long as it's not distracting. Scenic. Okay, yeah. It's like white noise, right? It's fine. I don't mind that too much. Like birds chirping when you're camping. That's a beautiful way of putting it, Dino. My treadmill ambient noise is like birds chirping. Love that. Cache of treasure. Skill trainer for cooking. That's pretty good. And a holographic map of a complex. Is that worth going to? Unless it's really close by. No. That's over an entire mountain range. So, I think not. No idea the books, but I can tell there's a series. That might be Arthur C. Clarke's 2001, etc. So here for a book and literature stream. I don't know how I would occupy a whole stream, but I'm open to suggestions. It's obviously something that I'm happy to talk about. Boom. Exotic goods trader. I think they'll buy Psychite tea and actually ambrosia too. Oh, they're kitted out. Look at this. Smith has like a M60 or something. Or maybe an MG42? What is this? M60, yeah. M60 E6. Woo! Look at that. We'll get one of those soon. Well, maybe not soon, but eventually, you know. Arthur's seat mentioned? Was Arthur's seat mentioned? Wasn't Arthur's seat on fire recently? I saw that on the news. Yo! That's the other thing I was excited about this mod. A proper AK. Sick. Arthur C. Oh, Arthur C. Clarke. Yes, true. True. He was a scuba diver, you know. Okay, one of the things about one of the mods I have a mod specifically to let you wear like a hood over other armor because I just think it looks cool, but it often means that people are wearing a hat on a hat. when they visit the colony, which I don't mind. It's kind of silly, but like I like it, right? It's cute. Me with my military helmet and just a little bowler hat as well, you know? It doesn't really affect the stats too much either of their armor, so I don't mind it. Oh, and Mosley has an RPG. Okay. That's probably fine. Should we trade with them? We don't have any social, do we? Oh no, Babe's quite social, I forgot. Yeah, let's trade. See what they got. There was also a murder? What, at Arthur's seat? Uncovered by the fire? Or completely unrelated? M loves guns, reminder. I find them interesting. I watched a video yesterday about the development of the Colt M1911A1, which is like it was the US Army pistol for a long time. But as the name suggests, it was developed in 1911 originally, and then it went through really only one major update after World War One. It happened before the fire, but the guy tried to make it look like an accident. Oh my god. Damn. That's horrible. They won't buy Psychite Tea from us. Interesting. Side trainers. I mean, those are always nice. I'm going to turn off this overlay, though, because even though I like it sometimes... well, no, it is actually quite nice. It is actually quite good. What are these side trainers? Water skip. I mean, none of these I can buy anyway. Smoke pop. Invisibility. Yeah, nothing I can buy. That's a shame. And they won't sell me guns either, and I don't have any... Well, I have 218 silver. I could actually buy a rooster and a hen, you know? Do we get a little rooster, a little hen? Arthur C. Clarke or anything? Yeah, no, don't worry, I got it now, Tino. But yeah, I said Arthur C. Clarke, the science fiction writer. Glock, and another big gun inventor, recently died. And it really hit home how recent an invention guns are. Yeah, I mean, modern firearms... guns that can, I can't think of the right way to phrase this. But, like, guns have been around in some way or another since, like, the 1300s, I think. You know, you had, what you would consider kind of a musket, for quite a long time. Like, way farther back than I really realized. And I think that one of the earliest gun companies was Beretta. And they were set up, I think, in the 1500s. And they still are operational today. But, yeah, the modern firearms and, like, the great leap forward with firearms is a really recent thing, for sure. It's why I used to think that... like, the Wild West happened way farther back than it did. But obviously that wouldn't make sense because they were using like relatively modern guns for that period of time too. But the innovation in the last century has been leaps and bounds. Yeah, for sure. A lot of it, obviously, the industrialization of it, I suppose. But I guess that's true of everything, really, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna get this rooster and hen. Let's see. Handling, bib. We don't actually have an area for them. I'll just stick them out back. They can eat my corn if they want to. That's fine. Rennie, make us a little marker. Thank you. I don't like how much I know about guns. No, that's... I mean, it's not a unreasonable thing to know about. And I'm sure, you know, you're probably at the point where you know... I don't know. Maybe you don't know how much you don't know. You know what I mean? Cannot rope hen outside allowed area. That's fine. That's a solvable problem. Not assigned to handling. Damn it. Okay. You, unrestricted. Roping. I'm going to put this down a wee bit. For the simple reason that I look really short. Actually, up a wee bit again. There we go. That's better. The more you know you don't know. Yeah. In my head, I know nothing about weapons because I am a pacifist. I mean, a pacifist can know a thing or two about weapons. It's probably helpful. Rope the rooster. I know I interrupted that one, but I just want to get it behind these fences first. And then, if I do this, she should grab both of them. Yeah, very nice. We've got chickens, folks. Time for us to have 1 million chickens, because animals in this game breed so quickly. So quickly. I'm actually going to set up a quick little fenced area. Something like this. And we'll need a little wood for that. Ready? Get to work. I'm gonna quickly look this up for my own curiosity. Breda Company. Founded 1526. Yeah, I thought so. And one of their earliest documents is an order for 185 arquebus barrels. So like, yeah, a gun that kind of looks like a musket. They were making them back as far as 1526. I think the first... They talk about the first gunpowder empires being like the Mughal Empire. And I think in South India as well. They had a lot of gunpowder in warfare. And it was actually before it was ever really used for the same in Europe. I think it was somewhere in the Indian subcontinent that gunpowder was first used for war. But that's probably a fairly well-known fact, I imagine. Just like how it was used originally for fireworks in China. But that might be like a pop science thing that isn't actually true. Who knows? Pop history. Rennie, how about a bit more wood? We really need to be able to focus on research. I need to stop taking her away from it. Is she? She is. Good. Ah, you're using the wood for more valuable things. That's fair. That's probably for the best, actually. More or less according to what I can remember. Yeah. Something like that. Get that built. Beautiful. Smithing. Very nice. We can now make, well, we can almost make plate armor. Which, on Combat Extended, is a big upgrade, for sure. Bruno! How did they die? That's a shame. What happened? Did they have mental breaks and kill each other? Thrumbo? So when you say they died, did the Thrumbo go mad or did you attack the Thrumbo? Because that'll tell me a lot about what happened there. Tried hunting? Oof. Oof. So what I'm hearing is that you killed every single one, every single one of your colonists. That sucks. Sorry to hear it. But yeah, Thrumbos are more trouble than they're worth, in my experience. Unless you get a very lucky, like, self-tame. Or you have Molotovs. I think they're pretty easy to take down when they're on fire. Because like most animals, they don't like being on fire. And it's a very distracting experience for them. So you can fight them then. I'm going to get rid of this bit of tip over here. It was that or starvation? Oh, fair enough. Are you playing on like an ice sheet or something? Yeah, fair enough. You gotta do what you gotta do. No, I'm just dumb. Only, what, I was trying to say not with that attitude, but only with that attitude. You're as dumb as you feel. Probably not helpful advice, is it? Granny, get the smithing built. The smithy, I should say. Beautiful. Now we can make, couple of melee weapons that would be nice. A gladius would be nice at the at this stage, especially because I keep wanting to do bleed damage and not being able to. Let's get a little gladius built for each of us, and also a melee shield. That'll be really nice. That would be very good to have. As long as it has more than, let's say, 61. I wish I could type this in instead of this really finicky little bar. Something like that. And babe, get to work. I feel dumb, yes? Damn. Well, I bet you're not. I bet you're not, Brun. You correctly identified that thrumbos are, in theory, a source of food. So, you know, you could be dumber. It could be worse. You could be a koala bear, where they can't even tell what's food. If you put eucalyptus leaves on a plate instead of on a branch, they won't even eat it because they're so dumb. So it could be worse. You could be a koala bear. But did you make something and then pick it? Oh yeah, she's wearing the steel melee shield. Awful. Brackets awful. That's fine. Missing 60. Yeah, okay. Rennie, get us our last bit of steel here. And we'll get 2 gladiuses made. That'll feel nice. Misclicking because I'm walking while trying to click. Repressing the urge to say the best koala bear fact. What? The fact that they have... is it chlamydia or gonorrhea? I can't remember which. Chlamydia, there you go. Yeah. Alright, here's a question. What's the difference between chlamydia and gonorrhea? I mean, I know roughly what the difference is and how they present, but are we talking just 2 different bacteria? I think I've never really taken the time to learn because it's like, well, no one wants either, right? Bless them? Yeah, it sucks. It is a real shame. I think it does actually. It is part of what makes it so difficult to keep their numbers up, right? I'm feigning ignorance. You get it from them if they urinate on you, and then you have to exchange of that with your blood. I remember that from a Smosh video. Pretends to have gotten chlamydia from a koala, and I think they're lying about it or something, and it's like quite a convenient lie. But yeah, I did know that. If you have the exchange of that urine with your blood, yeah, it sucks. The main difference is that I haven't had chlamydia. Oof. That's kind of like that, what's the difference between peanut butter and jam joke, isn't it? No idea, I've never looked this up. Oh, I missed that we have a rhino self-tamed. Oh my god. Hello, big fella. Or big lady. 32-year-old rhino. Beautiful. What's our life expectancy on a rhino? Life expectancy 45. You got 13 more years of beautiful beautiful life with the colony. Rhino, welcome to the team. I mean, god, I hope they're 13 long years. But for now, we'll see what happens. You can guard the main door. Wonderful. That's going to put our wealth quite high, I reckon. A rhino's probably close to a... Oh, it's only 700. A thrumbo's 4,000, I think, so that's not bad at all. Value for money. Because she'll kill anything, I think. She would have taken those 2 Neanderthals out in light work. You can't peanut butter this? Yes, that's the one. Also the chickpea, yeah. What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? Isn't that it? Are we growing herbal medicine? I guess not, because we're too busy researching. That's good. That's good. Plate armor next. Gunsmithing's 12 on the list. That's fine. That's fine. Chickpea is a garbanzo bean? Yeah, who calls it a garbanzo bean? Americans? They also... I don't like that they call... Oh, bugger. See, my brain has been so corrupted by watching too much American media. We call it... Oh, damn it. We tend to call it aubergine more often, and they call it eggplant. But I feel like now eggplant is just the more commonly used term, isn't it? We share the same algorithms, Americans, yeah. Well, I think that's just the world, isn't it? They have a lot of cultural influence, soft power, etc. How far have I walked? Apparently, I've walked 3.5 miles. It really doesn't feel like it. That can't be right. No. I think it's... I think I've walked 1 mile, and it's 3.5 calories. That sounds about more reasonable, doesn't it? You only use one eggplant for one reason? Yeah. For emoji purposes, typically. Or is there another one that I'm missing out on? Do. They're eating the corn. They're eating the corn. Get them, oh, it's my fault entirely. Move that, please, Rennie. Babe, grab these fellas. See? Oh, that's unfertilized. Well, that's good. But yeah, we already have a new fertilized chicken egg. Their numbers are going to go crazy really quickly. Oh. Oh. What's Rennie up to? Grabbing some dead bodies. Lovely. Lovely. And the potatoes. That's fine. Rennie, you're not skilled enough to plant heal root, are you? No. Visitors. A group from the Red Swamp League. Okay. Couple tribals. Do any of these have one person? No, 2 people. If we get plate armor, gladiuses, and melee shields, I will actually feel confident enough to go and fight 2 for 2. You know, what's the word? Fight 2 for 2 and try and recruit people that way. So R2 against 2 other enemies and try and down them. And take them on that way. I actually would feel happy to do that. Babe, do we have any, we do. Oh, you're gonna make another shield. Oh, the Salkaman Union are here again. Interesting. And they've got 3 people this time. Okay. That'll be on account of our new rhino, I guess. Black Antelope. Olga, who has a 10 in melee and a knife. And Albotra, who has an 11 in melee and a club. Now, thankfully, they'll probably encounter these guys first. And I think 3 versus 5, they'll damage them enough that they won't be our problem anymore. But we'll see what happens. Also, are they preparing for a while? Yeah. They'll prepare for a while. Plus, we have all of our traps and our rhino. So between all of those things, we're not really in any trouble. I'm going to reduce that down to 1. Can you not make a gladius? Requires crafting 3. Is that the problem? Yeah. Should get up to crafting 3 eventually, though. And they are... Oh, the visitors are leaving! Oh, no! That's actually a problem. What did they leave as a gift? Some silver. Well, that's nice. Oh, dear. That's a problem. Well, a melee shield will help. Not much, but it will help. Can you grab, I guess a club, yeah? Or no, grab a steel knife. And do you not already have a shield? You do. Okay. Rennie, get yourself a shield, please. And you're making a simple helmet. Yeah, that's good. Interesting rocks by the Sticky D. What? This is like wreckage. Neanderthals are beginning their assault. Hey, okay. Okay, Rennie, get yourself down here, please. And babe, you just built a steel helmet. Okay. I mean, you've got a shield and a knife. Could be worse. You've got a 2-handed weapon. Yeah, get your knife out. Okay. We want to spare our rhino from having to die. Poor little Quick. Oh, she wants us to take care of her favorite pet, the pig Quick, for 9 days. Well, I'll do that eventually, yeah. And I could get Dwee. Ooh. Don't like Body Purist, but kind fast learner with art, medical, animals, melee. Not a great skill set, as far as I'm concerned. Medical's nice. Fast learning medical's nice. Should be a great doctor. Maybe. Maybe. I don't like all the fire. Can you go out there without us having any trouble? No, I think is the answer. To the left of the house. Hang on. I will look. Oh! He dodged it! Are you clever? Is that why? They might be clever. Clever raiders. Smack him. Babe, smack him as well. Okay. Ah. Let them come to us, I guess. There we go. Boom. Not liking all this. Especially if it comes to destroying our trap. Can you extinguish? Oh! Yeah, extinguish the fire on Rennie, please. Oh my god. Black is dead, I think. 3 hours, yeah. Sorry, pal. Okay, Rennie, go. Rennie, go there. Babe, go there. You can take out that fire. Ah! They're already in. And they've set fire to my stone cutting table, damn it. Ah, these people, huh? Alright, in we go again. Rhino. Get up. Wake up. Wake up time. Olga. Olga has like an 11 or something in melee, so that's not great. However, we have a rhino. I'm gonna say new area. I'm gonna make that new area immediately in front of these guys. And I'm gonna set her to there, and hopefully she'll wake up and we won't just... There we go. Okay, fight. Yes. Beautiful. Ow. Ow. Ooh, she's a demon with that knife though, Olga. Ow! At least she's bleeding too. You can't self-tend. You can now. And you can self-tend as well. There we go. Sorry, Rhino 1. But you should be able to win this. If you can't, I mean, my god. Oh, they're fleeing. Beautiful. Because you have collapsed. Because you took a blood loss somehow. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. We can save the Rhino, I think. Definitely can if the Rhino goes there or something. How are you two doing? You're not in threat of death, are you? Babe isn't, at least. So Babe, especially because you're really fast, can you try and extinguish this? Oh, you won't get the table in time. But at least the whole place won't burn down. Ah! Olga, leave the bloody Rhino alone. Horrible person. I think the Rhino's dead. Oh, Olga. No, go there again. Rennie, when you're done, can you treat our Rhino, please? Thank you. Medical 1. I think the Rhino might live, hopefully. Leave that door open as well. No, Babe! Oh, you're on fire! Babe's on fire. We abandon the Rhino. Babe, go there. Rhino, how you doing? You got 3 hours to live. I don't think anyone could have saved you anyway. Rennie, get this fire out. That's why stone cutting's so important. Saves us from stuff like this. Okay, okay. Babe, is there any hope that you can save the Rhino? Probably not, right? Rennie, deal with Olga. 1 hour dead? No, no chance, I don't think. Melee attack Olga to death, please. For getting our Rhino. She's just a misogynist anyway. And now Rennie, if you don't mind. She's probably gonna have a mental break soon. Babe's certainly going to. Rhino 1 is dead. Damn. Rennie, treat yourself. As long as you two get yourselves healed up, you'll be alright. Drink that beer. That's a very handily positioned beer. There you go, babe. Nice. Well, that could have gone worse. We did fight one of them. Not solo, but... Okay, no, that went terribly. That was a really horrible... None of us died, at least, but still, that was not fun. How would that have gone better? Mainly stone cutting would have helped us there. And having better armor and weapons. Plate armor would have made that pretty trivial, I think. But we're not there yet in terms of skill to make it either. What crafting ability do you need? It doesn't say. Work to make is all it says. But I bet there is some level of crafting that you need as well. Okay, sleep it off. Sleep it off, folks. We have yet another fertilized chicken egg. Colonist has shield and two-handed weapon. We'll stick with knife for now. Grab okay, we can let that door closed. And I want to get these bodies shifted as a matter of urgency, because we can turn them into pemmican at least. Make something of this mess. And we can actually do another summoning circle. So let's do that as a priority, because it would be really nice to have one more person around. Wouldn't it? Babe, get that thing. Get that thing. Let's see. Refuel. And summoning circle. I need 8 wood. Okay. Summoning circle. 80% chance. And then it's a 50% chance, if it goes well, that we'll get a new colonist. And then it's anyone's guess as to whether they're actually any good. But at least they'll be our religion when they join. So. Could be worse. Beautiful summoning circle. Unfortunately, it didn't interest anyone enough to join. Everyone gets a +6 mood. That could be worse, I guess. +6 from Sky Lantern Festival. Yeah, I'll take that. And babe, could you butcher stuff quite urgently, please? I unfortunately really want to butcher the rhino before too long, because that's a lot of meat, I imagine. Rennie, could you haul each of these at the same time? And babe, you have the best... No, you don't have the best cooking. Okay. We'll queue up butchering for Rennie as well then. Solar flare, that's fine. Mad Wild Boar. Oh, that's inside our base. Or our, like, major wall. We could kill... Whoa, Rennie. Don't try it. Whoa. We could kill that boar. Unless it gores us really badly or something. We do have shields. Can we not fight this? I don't want it to break down the door. Come on. We can do this. Oh yeah, and Babe has fibrous mechanites, which will help in this scenario. How are the animals getting over the wall? That one went, it went into a frenzy whilst already inside the walls. So it must have been in here before. Plus, there's a little piece of wood blocking the door and keeping it open at the minute. So we can deal with that, but that one was already inside the perimeter. We never actually like killed off everything that was outside. Babe, could you? Yeah, okay. Well, that went without a hitch. Sorry to the little boar. Rennie, butcher. bit grim, but actually refuel this and then cook. Probably better. I want to get all this rhino meat used up. But I can't, because we don't have any wood. Any. I'm really micromanaging these colonists, aren't I? They would hate me. They would absolutely hate me. What is this a stockpile for? Dumping? So it's probably corpses, right? Can I make it? Can I also make it for raw meat? Raw food. Meat. Critical. Haul. Okay. There we go. Nice. That's more what I wanted. Now this would all go a bit quicker. There we go. Is he dead? Yeah. Sorry, wild boar. You had a good go. Babe has inspired recruitment. Oh, also, an ikwa is much better than a knife. Good stuff. And I think yours is an awful knife, isn't it? No, it's poor. It's fine. Babe has inspired recruitment. I don't think that's going to help us, unfortunately. But you never know. Starvation, Rennie. Yeah, I guess. We can let her eat. And then back to it. This will spoil in 1.5 days if we don't turn it into pemmican. But once we do turn it into pemmican, it'll spoil in 1.2 years. Which is about like 72 or something in-game days. So, quite a lot longer. A lot less perishable. Leading lights won't happen again for 11 days. That's not too far away. On the 9th of April, May. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that as well. Yet another possible join event. And we've got a little chick. Our first little newborn baby chick. Can you move it, please? There we go. Oh, and a big stack of eggs now as well. Fertilized ones. Babe, I know I'm bothering you. But could you move that inside so it doesn't deteriorate? Thank you. Do, 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 do. Whew. Let's get the speed going a bit. Heatwave. Okay. Let's move this down a tad. Heatwave is probably not a big problem, as long as we put in a passive cooler. How is that sound now of this treadmill? Is it now getting quite loud? I don't know. Babe, get us some wood. We need to get ourselves a passive cooler. But one passive cooler can basically solve a heatwave for us. We don't have anyone who's incapacitated and needs extra care. They can just move out of the heat when they need to, and so on. Oh. Sounds like the background to a speedrun. Thankfully we're not speedrunning. I wouldn't find a Rimworld speedrun all that fun. Because, like, it would take forever anyway. Do you watch Townsend and Sons? Because every time you say pemmican, I think of them making pemmican and perpetual soup. I haven't watched Townsend and Sons. What is it? Perpetual soup sounds nice. I could go for some perpetual soup. I've only ever read the term perpetual stew, which I assume is pretty much the same thing. I can't tell actually if perpetual soup slash stew would be really good or really bad. Because there's a chance that it incorporates all of the past flavors and it's actually really delicious. And there's also a chance that it just tastes like old food. You know? I don't know why I'm getting ready to do that. Isn't that just the miso soup? Yo? Oh! Yeah, I guess so. All the soups I've seen Well, actually, no. Yo Sushi isn't somewhere I've been in a long time. Wasabi is the place that has like nice soups and things, but they make those in store, in the shop, in store. They sort of live like American colonists full time and cook recipes the old way. Oh, interesting. Like homesteading, right? Isn't that what it's called? Guy on Instagram making perpetual stew. He's on day 150. He skims off chunks regularly and adds fresh ingredients. See, skims off chunks isn't very appetizing, is it? Have you seen? There's a guy. He's got a beagle called Minion. His name's Nate, I think, on TikTok. You might have seen him. He's also kind of a homesteader, but not as rustic as that. Plate armor. Smith suits of plate armor from metal or wood. This heavy armor noticeably slows movement, but protects very effectively. Wonderful. That's a complete game changer in Combat Extended. Because like a boar, right? I mean, that's the nice thing about this mod, about Combat Extended, is that with stuff like this, it's more realistic than the base game. If you're wearing a suit of armor, okay, maybe a boar could punch through it, but like a human with a knife is going to have quite a hard time, unless it's really badly made armor. So if you have a sword and a shield and plate armor, you're probably just going to kill them 10 times out of 10, give or take. But yeah, you're making a simple helmet, which means that maybe we don't have the material. Ah, minimum skill, crafting 7. So that's going to take us a while to get there. That's fine though. Homesteading in a way, but they also dress in style. Oh, so they're like role-playing, basically. Gotcha. Just how thoroughly are they role-playing North Americans from back in the day, huh? Troubling. The guy with the little dog with an umbrella in its mouth and it rains? Yeah, and he can balance on a ball. Minion can also balance on like an exercise ball. He's wonderful. Boar. Max Miller cooks historical recipes, including garum, which is Roman rotted fish sauce. Interesting. Sounds like, well, it doesn't really sound like, but it reminds me of, what's that fish? Surströmming? Surströmming? Something like that. A normal steel simple helmet. Very nice. We've got a hat on Remy. Rennie. There we go. That's all of the meat cooked. Good stuff. Heat stroke. Oh no. Wouldn't hurt to put another cooler in, I guess. Bib. I don't think it's role-playing when it's 24/7, but they also made it clear that they're not racist. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, don't write history. Which I think lost them some viewers. That sucks. But, yeah, you kind of have to, I think, make it very clear. It's like people who fantasize about, like, the 1950s, right? Because it is a cool... I mean, okay. If you're able, which... is a privilege in itself, but if you're able to see it removed from like the era of the context of the history of the time, it's a cool aesthetic, the 1950s. I mean, Fallout did so well as a game, I think in large part because that era of history and that style and aesthetic is so cool. I love you know, transatlantic accent on the radio type thing, but yeah, it's like with time travel fantasies. Yeah. Quest expires. Oh yes, poor little Quick. Was she gourmand? No, she was body purist. I really don't like that. But I think you can override it. Maybe. With something. And it's probably not that bad. And what are the odds we'll have to use that? Although her skills aren't exactly drawing me in. Fast learner's great and all, but... I don't know, do we just want any colonist? Or do we get to be a little bit more discerning? I think we say a bit more discerning than that. Take care of Quick, the paralyzed pig. I'll do that for honor. Babe, how's your social? Yeah. I like my honor characters to have good social so they can trade later on. Quick arrived. Beautiful. Poor pig. Do we make her a comfy bed? Treat her to a human leather bed. I mean, a bit grim, but... There we go. Rescue quick. The quick pink pig jumped over the lazy fox. Something like that. I'm sweating, folks. I'm sweating. It's official. Walking is too much. How far have I gone? Okay. 2.7 miles. That's not bad. It's a moderate, you know, hearty walking pace as well. It's very interesting to be a black woman and a history geek and end up in spaces talking about history. Because sometimes someone will ask me if I'd like to go back. Yeah. Just stare at them and let they think about what they said. Yeah. God. I'm glad that you can still, you know, I'm glad that you still are able to take an interest, you know, because that is very off-putting. There is definitely a privilege in being able to, like, literally put yourself in the shoes of someone. I mean, I guess you can too, but in a much more, what's the word? It's a privilege to be able to put yourself in the shoes of, you know, anyone from that era, I guess. I'm not phrasing that right, but I'm sure you know what I mean. I love it, but also know where I'm going back. Yeah, God. I'll have to read, well, eventually your story if, once you get it done, but also the Octavia Butler book. I'll have to check that out at some point soon. Go to New York City in the 80s, and that's the only place I'd go. I mean, good call. That would be fun. What's the show? Soul Train? You could, Soul Train. Was that 80s? Sorry, it's just a really random thing to bring up. Kindred, and then the Patternist series by Octavia Butler. I'm sweating, man. The Patternist series, tell me about that, because I haven't... that's completely different to the Earthseed stories, right? Did you watch Pose? The shit was so fun, but also so sad. I haven't heard of it, no. Not going on Soul Train and embarrassing myself on TV because I cannot dance. Come on, live a little. You just time traveled. But yeah, fair enough. I also cannot dance. It doesn't really stop me though. But I'm not in scenarios where I would have to very much. But it's something I'd like to do more for sure. I'd love to learn to dance. A bit more, in a bit more of kind of an organized setting. I used to have one move that I would do dancing, and it was the same thing every time, and it was like, you know, I would just dance like casually, you know, just moving around. But I would always have like a bit where I would, because I am quite flexible and I have a fairly strong core, and I'm also short, so I can like bend all the way back while standing to, like, you know, I can bend all the way back until my head is nearly touching the floor in kind of like a limbo pose, and that used to impress people. So I would drop one of those in every so often. But now thinking back on it, it's such a like it's like really drawing attention to yourself. So you've got to really time that right, you know. It has to be the moment for it. And the only dancing I can do is shaking my ass, and Soul Train's not the place for that. Fair enough, fair enough. Surreal, I've watched every episode of Soul Train. Could never actually do that myself. I bet you could. I bet you could. Oh, I'm sweating. Visitors. Group from the Red Swamp League again. We'll eventually have to upset these guys, because it's nicer to have enemies that are Neanderthals and tribals and stuff. Are they Neanderthals? Oh no, they're baseliners. He's just bulky. It's better to have tribal enemies than robots and things. Written and returned. Welcome back, Rafa. What is your newsletter about, if you don't mind me asking? Even like vaguely. Do 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 do. Chick 3 has gotten food poisoning. Well, that's sad. Also, oh my god, that's 4 more chicks. See, that's the thing about keeping chickens in Rimworld. They breed just too quickly for the labor to be worth it. I'm gonna kill all the males. I'm sorry, fellas. Slaughter. God, I hate reinventing the wheel because this is just what they do in real life, isn't it? Slaughter, 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 slaughter. And then we can just eat the eggs as they come in. Sorry, fellas. Oh, it's tech news in general, if you're in a sarcastic twist. Oh, interesting. Okay. What is the... I mean, you just had to write about it, so I don't want to make you write about it again. But, like, in 3 words, what's the current tech news? I know that the... This is probably, like, old news now. This is a few weeks old. But didn't Meta come out with, like, their wearable crap recently? Unfortunately, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, I hate to yuck your yum, but it's not for me. I hate the idea. The sunglasses, yeah. Pattern a series about these 2 immortals. One can shapeshift and the other can take over people's bodies. Oh, interesting. That's a cool concept, yeah. That's very cool. Sucks for the people whose bodies are taken over, but interesting. Had a goal to learn to salsa dance this year, but I haven't gone. Oh, that's a shame. Are there lots of other opportunities around you? If I'm not mistaken, you're... Oh god, again, any detail, no matter how, like, broad, I hate to bring up about other people in the chat, because I don't want to dox people. But, like, if I said what I was going to say, it wouldn't exactly narrow it down much. Actually, I've gotten some very good news this time. My data was part of the Facebook Cambridge Analytica scandal, so I'm entitled to some money. Nice. Nice. World on fire? Yeah, that's fair. That's not... Is that news? Rafa, I think you're phoning it in a bit. Live in London, the place of many opportunities. Yeah, I was going to say, don't you live in London? But even that, I don't like saying, you know... I just hate connecting any real life details to anyone. But yeah, it doesn't exactly narrow it down. A city of what, 9 million people? There's so many salsa classes, but there's one salsa bar that does free classes. Ooh, very nice. Discord real life meetup at the salsa bar that does free classes in London this week. Nice. The many data centers opening up everywhere. Yeah, fair enough. For running various AI models and stuff. It is sickening that a whole new excuse for even more energy consumption has been created so that people can make like slop videos of cats throwing up gang signs. It's really, really not the best use for the world's resources, is it? Why do you need salsa classes? Yes. Find out how many of us can dance. Could be fun. Me, a data engineer, engineering data for AI. Guys, I think this is killing us. Oof, yeah. Just because you live in a system doesn't mean you can't critique it, though. So. What does data engineering involve? NVIDIA also took a big AI order. Interesting. Heatwave is over, just in time for me to cancel the reloading of those passive coolers. Very nice. Babe reached level 15. Now, I think that was 10 at the start of this stream, so she's really getting going. Long blades next. Long sword, spear, warhammer. I won't need any of those, but very nice. For Babe. We can't make any more stuff. No. Under required skill 3 for Gladius. On crafting. What if you made a... You know what? I'm gonna solve the wood problem once and for all. Do all that, Rennie, when you get a chance. Building pipelines, moving ugly data to cute data, transforming it, giving it some makeup and nails, so the end product is nice to look at and the process is automated. Gotcha, gotcha, nice. That sounds satisfying, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure you can get tired of it like anything else, but that does sound satisfying. I like the idea of sorting stuff into neater and neater formats. Automating it all. So that'll be vegetarian, and this I will make raw meat as well. Raw meat, put that to critical, put this to critical as well. So that there are food products right next to the kitchen and next to the oven. All the time. We now have 31 days worth of food, so everywhere that I'm growing food I'm gonna stop. Including up here. It's too much. Babe, what are you up to? Ah, yes, making the duster still. You're getting very upset. Eating potatoes. That's a horrible place to eat your potatoes, by the way. I should probably make that room nicer. How long will you stream? Lou can't join now, but can later. I'll probably go for another hour or so, at least. I'll try and make it 4 hours total, so another hour and a half, give or take. Something like that. I really want to go until I make guns, which I think is feasible in this game. This stream. We'll see. I might have to put the treadmill down a bit if I'm going for another hour and a half. But who knows? Some non-tech news that is relevant. Brazil has successfully reversed spinal cord damage, aka tetraplegia. And in the UK, actually maybe this isn't UK news, but they've also slowed Huntington's progression down by 75% in a new clinical trial of a they're calling it a gene therapy. It involves a microRNA. It's really cool. Very, very promising, and just like great news for Huntington's disease, for anyone with Huntington's disease, because it's, I mean, truly one of the most horrible ones, one of the most horrible degenerative disorders to get, because it hits you like so young. Most diseases like that. Most of the world's most devastating diseases are selected against because if they kill you before you're able to have children, then, you know, there's obviously a massive selective pressure against them continuing. Huntington's basically comes online for people when they're in like their, you know, it can come as early as your like 30s. So just at the very, you know, earliest opportunity to also really devastate people. It's just a really horrible disease, and I'm very glad that there is now some hope for people. Someone in the server works in gene therapy, actually. Oh, no way! Wow. I wonder if it's who I think it is. The world might be a shit show right now, but I love science in our time. Yeah. Yeah. Long blades done. Nice. But, what was the other... Yeah, reversing tetraplegia is a hell of a move. How did they... So, reversed spinal cord damage. How have they gone about that? Is that with, like, tissue repair? Or is it having bypassed, like, an injured area? Because I know that kind of scarring is extremely hard to overcome. And if they're able to do that with the spine, you'd imagine that that's very transferable to other other like central nervous system damage. It's very exciting. Remember Huntington's from a storyline in the TV show House? Yeah. Rafa, what do we think about Lula, by the way? Just curious to get your perspective on it. Researcher used it may be who you're thinking of. A researcher used placental cells. Interesting. Yeah, just stem cells to create a substance that reverses it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so they are doing just repairing the damage. That's cool. My president, Lula, he's the best, but not left enough on some issues. Yeah, I like him. I wanted to get your take first. I like him simply because like he seems very charismatic. You know what I mean? Which isn't a good reason to like a politician. But you know, he's obviously not. He's obviously not exactly like a revolutionary, but he seems to have his heart in the right place. But I think I just have a soft spot for like South American and Central American leaders in general. Well, left-wing ones, because like, what an environment to be working in, you know. They need all the love they can get. Okay, Bib. Rise and grind. There we go. Researching noble apparel. The music is sick. He's still stuck in the idea of oil exploring? Eish, yeah. Not ideal. I can't imagine oil exploring is a very easy or clean process in Brazil of all places. He handed Altoids to people around him on the UN Assembly this week. Lovely. He's got that lovable old man kind of thing going on, doesn't he? Muffalo self-tamed is nice. Let's yoink that. I mean, I feel bad, but we're probably going to kill her. We could just use her for wool and leave her alone, I guess. No one has good handling, so we can't tame another one to breed them or anything. The crispy red panda, oh god. Can you find the second D? Yeah, I'm not sure. I had a look there. I mean, this doesn't look particularly phallic. I wasn't sure what you were referring to. Am I? It's much smaller. I see. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. You've got a more impressionistic mind than I do, maybe. I don't know. Even more stringent pattern recognition there. By the left of the structure by the first one, zoom in. What? Are we talking this? Because that's certainly smaller. Eclipse. That's fine. I like Quick the pig. What a cutie pie. She's 2. Or he's 2. He's 2 years old. In 3 days. Whew. Do 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 do. That's barely a D. I mean, I don't know what the Rimworld like scale is, but I imagine if that this is probably about, it's probably a meter per like grid tile, in which case that's 3 meters. You know, I'm not gonna say anything. Have we got wood? We don't. So big D, yeah. I'm being the opposite, Sean. I'm being the opposite. I'm saying that it's impressive. Oh, maybe you're talking to Rafa. Yeah. Gotcha. I'm being too defensive. How's our wealth? It's probably way too high, yeah. That's fine though. We got our defenses up again. We should probably do some stone cutting. Get those walls replaced. All things for Rennie to do, except for actually cutting the stone. Let 1,000 blossoms bloom, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not going to spend another second on it. Okay, we got another chick. We probably have males again. No, they're all females. Okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. Rennie's bedroom is mediocre. That's nice. We could probably get this bedroom up a bit as well if we just smooth some floor. I do need to get them to lock in and focus on researching, but just a little improvement to the mood wouldn't hurt. There we go. What is the crime? What is the charge? Enjoying a succulent Chinese meal? I think the charge for that guy was that he was dining and dashing quite a lot. Proclivities? Yeah, that's good. I understood that reference. I see you know your judo, sir. Do we watch that one? Yeah, let's do that. Hang on. Audio. Music volume down. Give me a second, folks. I'm currently opened on the Wikipedia page for Arquebus. Succulent Chinese meal. It's the first thing that comes up. What is the charge? Okay, hang on. Display capture. Let's get a full screen going. Oh! Come on. There we go.
Just a moment, you just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
My God.
Why did you do this to me?
Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands.
I forgot that bit.
Ta-ta and farewell.
Ta-ta and farewell. He's a good sport about it. I mean, he's obviously in the wrong. But, like, I don't think they needed like 10 cops to deal with that situation, did they? You haven't seen the full clip, Tino? It is great. He's just a wordsmith, you know, a poet. I see you know your judo well. Ta-ta, bye now. Clearly needed more than 10 cops, yeah. Gotta spend that budget somewhere. Use it or lose it, as they say. Hakuja the Destitute. A desperate refugee named Hakuja is approaching. Hakuja claims to have been banished after an argument with a village leader. Hakuja begs you for permission to stay at Green Cove for 6 days, so she can rest and regroup. Yeah, it couldn't hurt. She might betray us, I believe, but we'll get to suss her out first. Hakuja, what have you got for us? Medical? Very nice. Plants you can feed yourself. Bloodlust? It's acceptable, I guess. And really good melee. So you can beat the hell out of people and then patch them up and keep yourself fed in the meantime. This is good. I like this. None of these is a problem, really. I used to really hate Incapable of Dumb Labor because it is a little annoying. But I'll just put her on researching for all of time. Grow plants, research, social, mining. These aren't big problems. No health conditions, and she's only 24. She's the wrong religion, but that's easily fixed. Yeah, we'll take her on. She is part of a... Is she part of a faction? The faction she originally belongs to. We'll see. If she offers to join, we'll take her on, and we might even kidnap her. 24, great age, yeah. Prime of her life. Are you waiting to receive? She's the wrong religion is a great sentence. Well, I mean, we made this religion, so obviously it's the right religion. Come on. And it is easily fixed, because we got Babe, who's got great social. Did you know that me and Rafa are oldies? You're not oldies. You're not oldies. Old relative to a child. Not old, I'm ancient. Yeah. Pigs join. Huh. See, this might... Oh god, no, I'd feel really bad, wouldn't I? Would I? I think I would. I think I would feel bad breeding pigs. Wouldn't I? Wouldn't I? I don't think I'd feel bad enough. Sorry, chicks. I know at least one of you watching really hates me for doing this. Sorry, chicks. And future pigs. Breeding isn't a crime, just a hobby. I don't know. I think there's a big asterisk attached to that. There we go. Goodbye, chickens. Sorry, kangaroo. We're out here on the rim. We're homesteading, you know. Smile for this screenshot. Oh, Hakuja doesn't have anywhere to sleep. That's not great. My treadmill just slowed down on me. I've been walking for 70 minutes. I don't think anyone's ever walked as long as that. What do we think, folks? Am I a record setter? Where are we going? Good bedroll. Stick that there. Oh! I forgot to put the music back on. The tunes. How's that audio level? Folks. Folks. We could get more steel shelves in as well. Couldn't hurt for all this pemmican to have some in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Played the long walk. Stephen King begs to differ. Look at you two. Same mind. I think, I can't remember if it was confirmed a typo or not, but in the story they're all walking at like 4 miles an hour. And they think it might have been like a mistake and he meant 3. Because 4 miles an hour, like some of them are walking, I mean they're walking for so long. 4 miles an hour is a hell of a pace like to keep up with. Like I've been walking at 4.5 on a treadmill, so let's say 4 in real ground surfaces. Like that's a healthy rate to have to keep up. And don't they walk for like days and days and days? The big city folk, so they walk fast. Yeah, but they're sprinters. They're built for sprinting. City folk don't walk far. You know? Treadmill paces are often kilometers now. Oh, you might be right. Tino, don't tell me that. I've been thinking I've been walking faster than I have. Wait. 4 miles an hour is... No, 4 miles an hour would be like 6-ish kilometers per hour. Yeah. Sorry, babe. Yeah, you're probably right. Are the distance also kilometers then? Eesh. That would really hurt my feelings, but you're probably right. Can you say our power hour? Yeah. Yeah. Yuck it up. We've all got accents, alright? I know that when I use 12 speed, it's 12 kilometers per hour. Yeah, that makes more sense. But I'll believe, I'm gonna just believe that I've walked farther than I have. So, that's fine. In Sao Paulo, if you walk slow, you'll either get trampled or yelled at. Yeah, fair enough. How many people are in Sao Paulo? I know it's a very, very big city. Is it sizably bigger than London? Or is my scale all wrong? 20 million. I think Istanbul is also about 20 million. That's absurd. Last time you counted? Last time you were door knocking? Yeah. Delusion is power. Yeah, I'm reality warping. 20 million people. Okay, now we have 1,000 wood. That's what I'm talking about. I have the one and only. Oh god, yeah. 24 carat Delulu. Yeah. Shambler approaches. That's fine. Oh, it's a big fella. Shambler Gore Hulk. 120 kilograms of pure, well, former muscle, now bones, I guess. I don't want to tangle with him. I might get a drink of something. Something to drink. Perhaps. That's, Hakuja, are you not set to research? Do some research, please. Thank you. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds, folks. I'm gonna get myself some water or something. I won't be long. Ho 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 ho. What is loud? I've returned. Oh. Nailed the treadmill remount. Nothing interesting happened. Garland's pod sprout. That's fine. I don't think I want to do a Garland or whatever. She's got a 7 in plants. So maybe it's not the worst idea. Wait, where does that go? Can you learn a skill you don't know? Do you know? Huh? What do you mean? Like in game? I once did a theatrical performance about puns. It was really just a play on words. But wreckage explorer called Shorty is about to have her body torn apart. Wonderful. Well, we'll get her gun, so that's a good thing. Oh, she's fast. Okay. We'll still get her gun, but no ammo. Sorry, Shorty. Oh! No, she's reloading. Oh, she has an M1911. That's the gun I was just talking about, everyone. An ancient pattern blowback operated self-loading pistol. Yeah. You're all weak, mostly bothering Shan. Turns out my 2 remaining people are incapable of cooking. Oh, damn. Yeah, you can't learn that. I'm not sure if you know this already, Brun, but until they have level 4 cooking anyway, cooking actually has a bit worse food poisoning rate than just eating food raw. The main benefit is that it's more efficient nutritionally, I think, to cook food. But But no cooking isn't the worst thing in the world. 0 skills but isn't incapable. Yeah, they can learn it then, at least. They can bring that up from 0. If you have them doing it all the time, they'll get it up quite quickly. Okay, so we have a gun and 7 bullets now. On account of Shorty being torn apart. She's a Neanderthal with double intellectual passion. I mean, that would be solvable, but she's only got 2 hours left to live, and I don't think I can kill the Gore Hulk and rescue her in time. So for now, we're going to leave her be, unfortunately. And let's put Hakuja on that. And actually, let's put them on a normal double sleeping kind of shift. Although we don't have... Well, we have comfortable enough beds, actually, for now. So let's go 12 to 4. Sorry, 12 to 3 each day. Sorry, Shorty. 20 million in Sao Paulo State and 11 million in Sao Paulo capital city. Okay, nice. Whoever decided to name both the state and the capital with the same name can go straight to hell, yeah. Sao Paulo, it's Brasilia that was central planned, right? It has the really kind of horrible, in my opinion, modernist central planning going on. Not Sao Paulo. Right? What was the name of that architect? He's like a French name. Lots of brutalist buildings in Brasilia. Have you been, Rafa? I just know that it was like kind of designed in a very... It's very clinical and sterile, the design of it all. Oscar Niemeyer, yeah, sorry, it wasn't French. But yeah, he loved... his city, anything he was involved in was very inorganic. I think I'm confusing him with whoever it was that was responsible for reorganizing Paris to have like its current layout, widening the streets and so on. That was presumably a French fella. Royal apparel, yeah. We can make crowns and stuff now. Coronets, crowns, and prestige robes. Houseman, oh my god. A second German sounding name? I have been, it's very hot and plain, fair enough. Yeah. Was that Houseman? You're on city planning and public infrastructure YouTube? I mean, kinda, yeah. I'm gonna try and find out who it was that I was thinking of. Also, it scared the hell out of me when we loaded that succulent Chinese meal video and there was a bloody live leak tab in the top left. You never know what you're getting into. He was French, Houseman. I'm just trying to see what name I recognize, you know? It says Houseman. Who was I thinking of, though? I don't know. I'd probably just get my wires crossed. I'm thinking of someone completely different. But there you go. Do kids don't know about Live Leak? Yeah, God. That's for the best, I think. Some things we can consider progress. Shame we can't keep Quick. He'd have some friends if he stayed with us. Francois France? Don't think so, but my god, what a French name. I think Francis the First of France, who was the leader back in like the late 1400s, he was named that because his dad really liked France. And I don't think he was actually meant, like he wasn't the son of a king or anything like that, if I'm not mistaken. His dad just named him that because he really liked France. And France itself, and like comes from, I think, the Franks, but I don't think it's very clear where the name Frank comes from. I don't know. Too late for me to be cracking out trivia, you know? World Star? World Star I'm actually not even particularly familiar with. Shan, not to... So I am called Tenants. Don't know. Imps of Fortune, I don't like this. I don't want 4 people attacking me, thanks. 3 groups of 4 people, 12 attackers? Nah, keep them. Also, these were meant to be holding pemmican. I don't hate that they're what they're holding at the minute, but let's put in a couple more shelves, why not? I should probably make them... I could make them wooden, but I'm not going to. Oh, one of the things we can do is concrete everything. since we got complex furniture or whatever. Something like just to see, so I'm not concreting over stone. There we go. And that will keep the floors less dirty, which is nice. And it only takes one stone per, or one steel per tile, so it won't take long to gather up the resources for it. If I order another strip over here to be mined. There we go. Oh, but I didn't realize, Shan, that was a question. Yes, I am on city planning and public infrastructure YouTube to an extent, you know, like what is that fella? Not Just Bikes, and some other stuff. Honestly, City Planner Plays is my biggest exposure to that kind of thing. How do you know Lean and Nardwar and not WorldStar? Shan, I thought of the funniest thing after that stream. If it blows your mind that I know about Lean, what about like hoteps? Should I try and explain on stream what a hotep is? City Planner Plays is my comfort stream. Yeah, he's got such a pleasant voice. You know what See what I mean? See, my because I consider that quite an that's quite a USA phenomenon. I have my American media has polluted my brain. Please explain what a hotep is. I'm crying. No, I'll leave that. There should be a joy in discovery for everyone, you know? I don't want to steal that from people. Rafa getting auto-modded. I'm gonna allow it. In the interest of fairness. The shuttle has arrived for Quick. Beautiful. Babe, stick Quick in the shuttle. There we go. Boom. And now Babe is a freeholder under the Empire of God. A freeholder. The imperial title of freeholder is used by the Empire to signifies a fully respected individual. Most imperial citizens earn it while young through volunteer work or military service. The title is also offered to outsiders who acted with honor in the eyes of the Empire. So, Babe is well in. Well in. Whew. But yeah, I don't know what WorldStar is, to be honest. But I assume from context clues that it's not too dissimilar from something like a live leak. WorldStar makes me think of Drama Alert. I don't know why that is. Are those in like a similar orbit? I'm properly sweating now. Is it obvious? Does that mean anything to me? It doesn't, Shan. It doesn't. I don't think. Not without more context clues. But I don't think so. Pulling up my Rimworld stream after a two-year long hiatus to explain what Yakub is. Leading lights opportunity, great. We can see a bit of shine on the forehead, but that's it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's see if we get a good person. The brawl on the pier with a... Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Terrible ceremony. Well, that's great. My flabbers are gasted. Like, the internet is a less... Is a more... It's a smaller place than you think. Especially if you spend a lot of time on it. Oh, I should probably go rescue that gun, shouldn't I? But this fella is still fine. Shambler for another 14 hours. Rennie, you're not up to notch. Let's be a little distraction here. What else did you have? 3 simple meals and a beer. It's not really worth having, is it? Rennie, are you fast enough? I'm sure you are. He's damaged anyway. Pick up that. Pick up those. Oh. You can even pick up the beer and the meals. That's fine. And that body hasn't spoiled yet. So let's switch it to unrestricted. Yoink the body. Smooth. Now he's following, but he's too slow, I think, to cause a problem. I'm constantly explaining Black American things to Andre. I can guarantee he doesn't know what a hotep is. So there you go. Yeah, I'm just, I'm on the internet a lot. What can I say? And, you know. Rennie, who is butchering? There we go. A few months ago, he asked me what boiled peanuts by Dochi meant. Rennie, Kuja, did you get a bedroom? You did. I guess because like American media is so pervasive, and then like Black America is so often culture vultured, right? That if you spend any time on the internet, you do get exposed to all sorts of stuff that really Irish white guy who's 26 would never have been exposed to in any other region in time in history. Hakuja, Rennie, so betrayal. I don't think this would be a big problem, especially because we have a gun. Rennie, how good of a shot are you? Not is the answer. But Babe has a knife, or a Iqua, and has already done a lot of damage with that one stab. Rennie, do one shot, please. There we go. Easy as that, huh? Now, Hakuja, do we want you as a prisoner? I think we do. Bloodlusted medical. Yeah, we want a good doctor. I think that's important. So let's stick that to for prisoners. I just told Andre, you know what a hotep is, and he asked me what a hotep is. You want to replace Andre? You can anytime. No, no, no. For Andre. I'm telling you for a fact that does not happen often. Portuguese version of M? What does that even mean? M is monolingual. I don't know about a monolingual bestie. Yeah, I know. Cringe. Cringe. I know. I mean, do you know any European Portuguese? Do I know any Portuguese? Meu Deus? Does that count? I know some French. Close enough. Thank you, Rafa. Thank you, Rafa. You're very kind. Well, I know that Barbados means bearded people in Portuguese. I just happen to know that. Really, can't think of where I learned that. Oh, this guy's knocking at my door. Damn it. Hakuja, are you dying, like, urgently? No. So, Babe, can you distract this fella so that we can get a gun on him? Please. Babe, will you die if you... Oh! Oh, God. Okay, he's slowed quite significantly. I think we survived this, but not ideal. Whew. Random Barbados information. Where must I have gotten that from? Bullied into learning facts? There was no bullying. It's an interesting place that I don't know enough about, for sure. Oh, you're reloading. We have more bullets. Well, that's great. We rescued a gun and bullets just to use them on the thing we rescued the gun and bullets from. Feels like a waste, somehow. There we go. Dead Gore Hulk. Out of ammo. Perfect timing. Barbados has 11 national heroes. The 11th is Robin, Rihanna, Fenty. There you go. Rihanna? Yeah, I knew Rihanna was from Barbados for the simple reason that it's often like a trivia question. Or it's like a thing that people know if they do like pub quizzes a lot. Is that if your question starts with this, Barbadoan singer, you can immediately go bam, because it'll be Rihanna, right? It can't be anyone else, really. Irish Bajan, I didn't know that, actually, Sean, I didn't know that. Still a population of Irish in Barbados. Nice. Isn't there, my favourite is white Jamaicans, because they sound really Irish. Because there's like a similarity to the accent, right? It's quite yeah, it's a personal favourite of mine. We have quite a few singers, that's true, but like, for in a pub quiz, in like a generic pub quiz, it's gonna be Rihanna, right? Oh, you're tending to yourself already. Rennie, you've got a 1 in medical. God. Can we tend to the pig, please? Babe is starving, also. I think the pig's dead. Disease infection. Oh, God. Oh, it's Hakuja, thank God. Babe, tend yourself. Rennie, tend Hakuja. But I'm pretty sure she's dead, unless this is an infection anywhere other than your torso or head. Infection minor in the torso. Justice for Chantal, Cover Drive, and Alison Hines. Also Mighty Gabby. Apologies. Let me know when they make a billion with a B. God, what a cringy thing for me to say with the values I have. Have I no respect? Okay. We need a little bit more steel. I don't think we're going to make it to guns today, folks. And I also think I'm going to put the treadmill off. Because my goodness, that's a lot of walking. I should have checked the distance first. Whew. And down we go. M only respects billionaires, that's true. It's what I always say as I rise into the scene. I only respect billionaires, that's true. Motto to live by. Miss the treadmill ASMR. There's no pleasing anyone. I mean, no one complained about the treadmill, to be fair, just me. Tortured artist, artistic, medical, melee, shooting. Incapable of firefighting is really rough. That'll really get you in a predicament. Myers, you got some normal clothes. I'm sorry folks, I don't think Myers is going to be savable. We've got our own stuff to tend to right now anyway. We need a door. For one thing, we're missing our front door. Oh, my legs still feel like they're walking. I still got the muscles going. That's weird. I say weird. That makes it sound like I never walk longer than 10 minutes. Guys, there's like water coming out of my face. And I'm like red. What is this? I'm breathing faster. Guys, chat, help, chat. Malnutrition. No, you're fine. Hakuja, can we convert you, please? Thank you. And we'll put everyone on... Well, no, we'll put Babe on high wardening as well. That's good. You're red, especially in the hair. Does it look very ginger at the minute? It might well. My beard is really looking red. If my own screen, my own little tiny window is to be believed. But now anyone that comes in will have no context for why I'm sitting looking so bedraggled. From presumably just sitting down. Also, what the hell happened here? Oh, they broke in for food? Or what? Stabs? So they ran over this. Did they go mad as well? I'm a bit confused. I might have missed like a mass animal insanity or something, did I? No. Something strange has gone down here anyway. How long ago have we died? Not long. Sorry to them, I guess. We're gonna go inside and we're gonna stay inside. Don't want to deal with that right now. Ginger is also a hair color. I only know is the spice. I see. Yes. Your beard has never not looked ginger. That's true. I mean, it's you know, I love it, to be honest. If I can blow my own trumpet, I'm quite a big fan of my own beard. I think it's good. It finally grew in the last few years properly. I was always concerned with how patchy it was, but no longer. Okay, pemmican in there, please. Oh, I'm... Well, okay. Congrats on the barb. Thank you. Sweating well. Okay, Shan. I'm turning the dial down a little bit. Are you gonna die of the plague? Yeah, you are. Sorry, Pico. Cujo, you gonna die of whatever the hell? Yes, you are. So that's great. We didn't make didn't make much progress, did we? Oh, my big Buddha, right? You flabbered your gas too close to the sun. It's so true. It's so true. Modern Icarus. What are you about to research? Harp. Gunsmithing is number 8. Six days until another summoning circle. Whew. Do you know the Eric Andre show? I know a bit, yeah. I haven't like sat down and watched it, but I've mostly seen clips. I've seen a clip of him riding in on a tricycle. He seems funny enough. Like, I know him, obviously. A plague on both your houses. You have made worms meat of me. Chill. Look at him go. He's so angry. Engineered for chemicals production, the boomalope grows a large sack of volatile chemicals on its back. Though it is weak and fragile for its size, other animals have learned to avoid it because of the huge explosion it produces when it dies. It can be milked to produce chem fuel. Very carefully. And this one's really angry. Hakuja's dead. That's fine. Hunt for the artifact. The true cube! Wonderful. Hakuja has died. Less wonderful. Can I turn the speed of the fast speed up a bit? Smart speed. Ultra fast. What if I try to set it to 30? Will it like die? Or will it try and go to 30? I don't know if this is faster. It doesn't look faster. I think my PC just can't handle it. Or maybe the game in general can't, I don't know. Is there any board? Yeah, damn. What, these are all unfertilized, yeah. I'll put unfertilized eggs in here as well. I could type unfertilized, critical. And I'll allow us to cook just a regular meal. A regular fine meal. It's only if it's using eggs, unfertilized eggs. Yeah, that's nice. Just to use them up, really. And because people like eating fine meals as well. Yeah. Rennie, can you do that? She can! Look at that. And a fine meal gives people like 6 extra mood as well. There we go. Oh, bill complete. No. Do until you have... Yeah, 3. That's good. And they look nicer as well. They look like... I guess that doesn't really look like a bento, does it? But it looks nice. It looks more appealing than the pemmican. Pig 1 has died. R.I.P. to Pig 1. I mean, we'll let Pig 2 live out, or Sow 1 live out the rest of her days here if she wants to. Unless an emergency comes up. Is this a nightmare curse? It's from Romeo and Juliet, right? Hence the two houses. It's delivered by, I think, Mercutio. Perhaps? What do we think, chat? I like the idea of saying chat when I have like 6 viewers who I all know by name. There's something charming about that to me. Yeah, as he dies. Yeah, true. Yeah. I'm thinking of the version, the Baz Luhrmann version where he's like shot in the stomach or whatever. I think my third favorite Shakespeare play? Fair. I only really, I mean, obviously everyone knows like a certain amount of Shakespeare through osmosis and having watched The Lion King. But Hamlet's the only one I know particularly well. I guess Romeo and Juliet too. Is that true? I don't know. There's so much Shakespeare. I'll probably like think about it for 2 seconds. Yeah. I mean, I know As You Like It because I've seen it. Have I? I think I have. Midsummer Night's Dream. I haven't seen Midsummer Night's Dream or read it. Do you want to read? Can I watch a movie instead? Much Ado. The 90s version with Emma Thompson, Denzel Washington, and Keanu Reeves. I could be tempted. I'll check it out. I'm receiving word that I have watched As You Like It. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. No harm to Shakespeare, but it's As You Like It is 4 very generic words, which just doesn't stick in my poor old brain very well. So I'm not like forgetting the details of what happens, I'm just forgetting the specific name. You know? King Lear, I'm not going to forget the name King Lear, you know? Or Hamlet. Can't harm Shakespeare anymore, he's dead, last I checked. Last time you were around knocking doors, yeah. We should probably get rid of this. Sitting in our doorway, it's a bit grim, isn't it? Thanks, folks. Hauling pork and pig skin. Sorry, pig. The only way we can honor that pig's memory is probably by turning it into pemmican, isn't it? Fav is deaf Midsummer. I know Midsummer Night's Dream a little bit. It has what is it, Titania and stuff? Queen of the Fairies. Titania, yeah. Level 8 in cooking. Queen of the Fairies is a goal. I wish you nothing but luck in securing that title. But I'm sure whoever currently holds it is a threat. I won't speculate though, I don't want to get myself in trouble. Harpsichord. I love that that's a research item on its own. Like, would you like to learn how to make electricity? Or a harpsichord? Equally important research items, folks. This goes plink, 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 plink. And the other can turn you to an industrial way of life. Well, music makes you lose control. True, it should be even lower on the priorities. Can we butcher Hakuja? Yes, we can. Sorry, buddy. You were, you know, good while it lasted or something. I should probably put the gross clothes. What's the word? Apparel. Tainted apparel should also go over here, shouldn't it? The gross clothes. Get rid of that stuff. Yuck. They don't like, for my non-rimmers. I don't like saying that. They don't like wearing the clothes someone died in. It's considered tainted, and it gives them a mood penalty. So, like, this is tainted from being worn by a corpse. So they will be sad from having to wear it, which I understand. I wouldn't either. No matter how thoroughly it was washed. Well, is that true? No, I think if it was washed well enough, I actually wouldn't mind, personally. Because, again, I would consider it a bit superstitious to mind, but, like, I get it. I get it. What do we think, chat? Would you wear the clothes that had previously been worn by someone that died in those clothes? And out of 100, how much of a mood penalty would you take from wearing them? Absolutely not. Yeah. But Rafa is considering it. Get all my stuff from charity shops? Yeah, so it's very possible someone has, isn't it? I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. Depends, is it properly washed? Yeah, it's like, there's not a trace, as far as you can tell. This might be a thing that's already happened. Yeah, that's true. People going through... Well, not the clothes someone died in. I guess those... I don't know. God, this is a depressing... If someone dies, and let's say they die not in a hospital, they go to a funeral home or whatever, they probably burn the clothes they died in, right? Or do they give them back to the family? They probably give them back, right? And then do the family sell those clothes or burn them? I guess they do sometimes sell them. Some you have to eventually. I mean, not everyone can afford to just burn perfectly good clothes. See, this is the dilemma we're having. I have a ton of flannels from eBay, and now I feel iffy about them. Apologies. I wanted to make a really fucked up joke there, but I won't. I won't. Just speculating about the kind of person who would die in a flannel. They can do whatever they want with them. Yeah, that's true. Because I got my hand-me-downs from relatives after they died, which is fine. But they weren't wearing them as they died, that's different. Yeah, that's what I mean. Do you mean just clothes from someone? No, I mean clothes they died in. Like they were, that was on their body when they died, you know? Because that's how that works in the game. It's not just anything they've ever worn. They don't burn the possessions of the dead person, then they give it to the mortician. No, I know, I'm saying, what does the mortician do with the clothes? I guess they give them back, but maybe they dispose of them, I don't know. I guess it also depends how they died. Like, and people... reflexively, like, you know, you loosen certain, you loosen your bowels and your bladder when you die, so they certainly have to clean them at least. It must matter a lot on the conditions that they died in as well. Wonder if they ever reuse the metal implants when they cremate people. Not if they cremate people, I don't think. Because it would cause all sorts of, like, mechanical stresses at the temperature that they cremate people. But I know that they do, like, reuse... Yeah, I mean, they will reuse medical tech, right? Sometimes, if they can. I don't do that when I die. I'm going to be tight AF. Tino. That's an image... And to be fair, I did bring it up. But that's not an image I wanted. But thanks. They do put, actually... to be fair, to stop leakage, they will put, like, a plug in people. Specifically to stop them leaking. Fun fact. They have sombreros. Look at that. They have sombreros. They're wearing them under their helmets, which I don't like the look of. It's a bit too busy. But we will wear sombreros. This guy's got a bowler hat on his sombrero. He's flexing how cool he is. This 55-year-old woman is unbelievably cool. Look at this. She's got a balaclava, a face mask, a sombrero, and a bowler hat. Happens in veterinary. Sometimes old human implants are sterilized and used in veterinary. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Upcycling it for a little creature. Not an image I wanted. Why is none of this new info? I was thinking about the spiky context to keep the eyes closed the other day. Oh god, yeah. Kiriko has a grenade launcher. A Milker MGL. Zach has some sort of repeater. Yeah, Winchester repeater. And Christina has like some kind of AKMSU. Cool. I just wanted people to know that in death I'm not like the others. I'm different, I'm special. That's beautiful, Tino. That's really beautiful. I hope that brings your loved ones comfort, knowing that even though you passed, you didn't pass everything. I kind of didn't really clock that these are actually exotic good traders. I don't have anything to trade for them with, though. And other words that are in the right order. They have ammo, but not for guns that we have. It would have been nice if they had ammo for the pistol, but I think that's 45s, which we don't have. Oh, but we did learn where a raider lair is, so that's good. And it's probably too far away for us to do anything about. On this stream, we really do talk about everything, huh? Well, that's a unique selling point. That's why you tune in. On the 3 occasions in the last 3 years that I have streamed. Construction botched. That's fine. Gunpowder! It's happening, people, it's happening. We're going to be able to make a flintlock musket. Beautiful. I tune in to learn brand new information about someone I've known for like 5 years. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I am enjoying streaming again. It's very nice. I do intend to keep it up. We've still got 43 days worth of food. So not a worry for a while. I'm just going to cancel that door for now. Is this... Okay, this is also configured for chunks, that's good. Can I turn this down more? There we go, now I look even bigger. What's Rennie up to? Huh? Resting. Okay. Babe also resting. So yeah, their comfort bars are going to be pretty consistently full because they've got them on a dual sleeping schedule, or like a biphasic sleeping schedule, I believe other people call it. A slice cap, which is a funky little headgear. A hard cap that partly covers the wearer's scalp. Oh, so I guess like a skull cap is what they're going for with that. I never really looked into that. I never wear them. That's nice. They gifted us a slice cap because they consider us heathens, I guess. Do we have another? Rare thrumbos! Food! Brun, look! Dinner! Dinner! That's mean. Well, I feel bad that we let these muffalos die without ever using their meat. That feels like a waste. Still feel sad about it? No, I'm sorry. That's mean. That's mean. I have died to many a thrombo before. And on oh wait, are you playing Combat Extended? I can't remember. I think was it Andre that plays Combat Extended? Thrombo are like unkillable in Combat Extended. They're so tough. The only thing that can kill them is fire. But they have 3,000 hit points of armor durability. And they are just so lethal. It's crazy. So I won't be tangling with them anytime soon. At least now my new colonists are eating raw potatoes and getting dazed on leaves. Do you know MF Doom? Well, the one thing that I will say, Shan, is you spelt it wrong. Okay? But yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. Of course I do. Doom was brilliant. Well, I'm a big fact checked. I'm so sorry. Didn't know you could comment on your own stream. Yeah, yeah. Flexing my power as the streamer. And RIP. Yeah, it was a complication of COVID, I think, that got him, wasn't it? It's a real shame. It would be nice if they, I mean, they won't. I'm sure they won't. But it'd be nice if they referenced him in this new Marvel movie, right? Aren't they having Doomsday? I mean, it's probably unlikely that they would reference him, but it'd be cool if they got some of his music in there. Wouldn't it? Something to do with his heart, yeah. I remember something like that. But I believe, maybe it was during COVID and people like chalked it up to a complication with COVID in like a scaremongering kind of way, and maybe it had nothing to do with that actually, and it was just a heart problem, but I just seem to remember it was in that era. Gunpowder. Ka-chow. And now, when we research carpet making, we will be out of medieval tech level and into industrial. And this will come down by a third how much it costs to research. And then we'll just do electricity, batteries, lights, machining, and then we can make our own guns. And the first gun we'll make might be a Mossberg. Ooh. I wouldn't mind a Mossberg. Winchester, what's the range on you? 31. The Enfield probably better. That's the bolt action, right? Yeah. It's nice that they named them with the mod. But the main thing is a loading bench. We'll be able to make our own ammo. I think pump shotguns and slugs will be our start off. Not a Marvel girly? Yeah, that's fair enough. I checked out a Marvel after... What was the big event? What was the big one that tied it all over again? Was it literally called Endgame? It was. I keep wanting to say Secret Wars, but that's nothing to do with that. I checked out after Endgame for the most part. I lost interest. They went off in too many directions after that. And it had quite a clear narrative arc before that. But, yeah. I think I've seen some of the Spider-Man stuff since, and that's it. But it is kind of slop now, unfortunately. During COVID, I watched Marvel in order, and I got to one of the shows and dipped. Yeah. I've never watched any of them. And there wasn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., one of the first like shows in the like MCU related shows. I never could get into that even, and it was just crap. It was a show with teens. No idea. Have you watched The Boys or Gen V, Shan? Bum, ba, ba, dum, bum, bum. Rafa and I watched The Boys. What did you think? Oh, she has. With weekly viewings. Nice. Presumably enjoyed it a bit. We loved. Nice. And read the comics. Nice. The comics are... They have like some high notes that are better than the show, but for the most part I think they're worse. And like kind of cringy writing. Are they? I don't know. Maybe I've only seen like really particularly bad panels, but I wasn't impressed. I think the show made some good decisions that the comics didn't, for example. Haven't seen the last season? Fair enough. Have you also watched Gen V? Because I've watched The Boys, but I couldn't get into Gen V for some reason. And I think the early seasons of The Boys were really good because Homelander had presence. Like, he was actually a threat. And that's just not really true anymore, I don't think. Because it falls into that classic trap where you kind of know, like, he's not going to, like, kill Huey. You know, it would be so anticlimactic. So you can kind of expect, it takes a lot of the danger out of it, right? Because you can expect that he won't do quite a lot of the things that would be scary. Why is there, I didn't really need a torch in that bedroom, did I? And we could do a summoning circle again. Well, let's do that as well. Haven't seen Gen V. The first season of The Boys was great. I think the first season of The Boys was really, really good, yeah. I think Frenchie's like plotline was pointless at the beginning. And kind of most of his plotlines have been kind of pointless. Except for anything involving Kimiko. I haven't particularly enjoyed his all that much, unfortunately. Because he's like a cool character in concept. I like, you know, I like a nerdy character who isn't like, you know, who's got like, who's a bit more, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. Rafa and I've also watched Battlestar Galactica and a bit of The West Wing. Nice. I've heard good things about... Wait, West Wing? I don't know why I was thinking West World, because it's more in like the sci-fi area. But fair enough. Is The West Wing good? I want to watch Veep, for the simple reason that I like, what's her name? It's a double-barreled name, and and it's not coming to me right now. But I like her a lot. Veep is amazing. Nice, good to hear. What's her name? I'm completely blanking on it. Dreyfus something. Julia Louise Dreyfus, right? Is that her in Veep? It is, right? Julia Louis, yeah. Julia Louis Dreyfus, yeah. You know that she's like an heiress to like a billionaire, right? I always find that interesting. I think it's a rare case where like instead of that being like a nepo situation, the fact that I don't know. I just think that it hasn't really had an impact on her acting or anything. I need to watch Westworld, but I'm worried it's too close to my novel, so I won't watch until it's finished. I guess that could go either way, right? Yeah, you don't want to be influenced. That's so interesting. But yeah, I think I will watch Veep. Traveler's Hope for Arms. Bulk and glasses. Bulk. Ascetic, sanguine, psychically hypersensitive. Those are nice traits, man. Animals we don't have. Artistic we don't really have. Construction's pretty good. And no inabilities. Health fine. Bulk. Fast walker, ascetic, tortured artist. With intellectual and social. Welcome to the team, folks. We're going to involuntarily recruit. Actually, I might put slight emphasis on getting bulk in, because I just really want a researcher, like a dedicated researcher. So I think I'll try and kidnap bulk first and see how it goes from there. I need to put another sleeping spot in. But yeah, bulk. I mean, they are begging, right? So they don't have a faction they're associated with. And they won't mind joining the team. Smile. So, Babe, you have 100% chance of arresting bulk. Great. And then Rennie, glasses will probably turn on Rennie, but we can kill him or not kill him, take him out in close quarters, probably. How's glasses melee? 4 to Rennie's 2. So hang on, what's the better move here? No, we should definitely arrest bulk. Okay, get him. There we go. Youch! Rose from Blackpink is married to a billionaire who owns the Four Seasons also like White Lotus. What? I didn't know that. Congrats to the women who marry up. I mean, I feel like, you know, I feel like whoever married her is doing alright. You got Rennie. Or rather, Rennie, you got glasses. Nice. Oh, 4 hours isn't great, though. Yikes. Maybe you should just work... Wait. He's up again? What is he made of? tend him, and then capture him. Bulk, can you... Or Babe? Bulk? Who the hell is Bulk? Oh, Bulk is here. Yikes! I need to go to sleep. Rennie, you're bleeding to death, aren't you? So you probably shouldn't be doing the medical stuff here. Yeah, he's dead. Damn it. Well, maybe not. I don't know. 2 hours? 1 hour? 2 hours? Bib? Rennie, tend yourself. Oh, she is. Good. I don't know. He might survive. 2 hours? 2 hours? Dead in 2 hours? Dead in 3 hours? Yeah, we got him. We got him. Some would say her marriage... Some would say marriage itself is not great. Yeah, I mean, it's like in a legal sense, it's kind of it's just a property deal, isn't it? Like it's kind of just a set of restrictions, and I guess some tax benefits. Some would say that. Glasses. Yoink! There we go. Bulk. Get you converted. Please don't get the plague, pal. There we go. That might be our 2 newest members, eventually. They're both 13 and 16, so I don't feel great about that. We're kidnapping children, but we will give them a better life. Human leather bedroll. Mildly threatening bed for you. Let's give you a light as well. And once you've dealt with that, gonna Rennie, get that bedroll in. Uncertainty 85 to 82. Okay, so that's gonna take quite a while to get you converted. Are you stubborn or anything? Yeah, ascetic reduces the conversion speed. So glasses is also ascetic. They're both ascetic, so they won't mind having a crap bedroom at least. Yeah, that's good at least. I've talked to the boyfriend and we're only going to marry in the healthcare... If the healthcare plan one of us is better than the other, yeah, fair enough. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Rafa. Yeah, I think that's more and more of a common kind of outlook on marriage, isn't it? Truest love, truly. Wanderer joins. A wanderer called Cam. He is willing to contribute. He's a bartender. He ends Bart's. And he is cooking level 96. So he's trash. He's either like an infant or just really bad. Cam, welcome to the team. Delicate, incapable of violence. Ambrosia addiction and a prosthetic heart. And now we have activated the voice role, which is annoying. Cameron, I hope you brought food. You're also about to become food. Now the way I think of this is, the Bloodhanders as a religion, they understand that sometimes factions that are struggling need someone to do the truest form of altruism, and that is give their own life for the colony. So sometimes when they do their little leading lights rituals, they are changing maybe the color of the lanterns. And it's implicitly understood that when you are following those lanterns, you might be joining a colony where you're expected to make the ultimate sacrifice. And for Cam here, today's the day. That is, in fact, what is happening. So he's happy about this. He's not particularly sad about what is about to happen. He knows. He just wants it to be relatively quick. But he's incapable of violence anyway. And he's delicate, so it will be quick. Ish. There we go. And once more. There we go, Cam. Thank you for that. And they'll be a little upset at seeing a friendly die. But that's alright. We briefly allow the butchering of colonists. which I normally disable in case you accidentally butcher a friend. But there we go. Cam, thank you for being a part of the team. A real team player, that Cam. And now we have toxic fallout, which isn't really a problem. Oh no, the pigs and the buffalo are instinctively going under a roof. That's cute. They want to stay safe. Except when they're hungry. Okay. Babe, when you're done playing Hoopstone, can you make a bit more of a roofed area for the lads over there? And I think we'll have to wall out play Celebration by Cool and the Gang. Truly, it really is a moment to celebrate. How does Celebration go? It's not Celebrate Good Times Come On, right? That's a different song. It's a celebration. Is that Cool in the Gang? I'm the only single one in the group chat, which means I'm the only one not regularly stressed out by a man. I'm happy for you, Sean. I'm happy for you. But you find plenty of ways to stress yourself out anyway. So, you know. Why are you attacking me, Em? And how did you know? Well, you know, between the writing and the academia. It's that song? Okay, nice, yeah. I'm the knower. They call me the knower. I'm the knower of things. A friend needing help. Sammy Gerador, Divine Chiller. Divine Chiller of Merchants Exchange is requesting a favor. Her friend Kjed Jurgensen is interested in learning about other cultures and she wants to host him at Green Cove for 13 days. For a bunch of rewards that are trash. For 13 days of bed and board. For someone who will not do any work. I think not. I think not. Not happening. Honestly, as a mod, just ban the streamer. I'm being fine. I'm being nice. Read me for filth, I guess. Convert, please. Feed, please. So, we got a toxic fallout, folks, which means that anyone who spends any amount of time outside gets sick with toxic buildup. It's basically like the air has, you know, radiation in it, toxic chemicals, etc. I guess it's not really like radiation at all. And let's let the animals sleep inside or they'll get really sick too. Ba 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 ba. There we go. Yeah. A plume of toxic dust is slowly settling over this entire region. Any living thing not under a roof will be slowly poisoned, and items left outside will corrode. So, not a big problem for us, really. As long as we stay indoors and roofed. But the fact that we have enough food really saves us from having to worry about that at all. It's only really a problem if you're growing food outside and you have to do a lot of tending to it. Took someone on for the same reason. But she's bedbound and somehow still learned how to shoot. Damn. I guess they're chatting to her, are they? You are absolutely turning over colonists, Brun. I guess we both are, that's true. I'm gonna stop refueling this. Glass is a medical emergency. Is it just the malnutrition? But you've been fed. Okay, how far are we from gunsmithing? Okay, we're not going to get to gunsmithing on this stream. And I'm starting to get tired on account of my multiple mile walk on stream. But let's switch this over real quick. I've had a very good stream. I've had a fun time. I've enjoyed it. I will in fact be back. Maybe tomorrow. Probably more likely Sunday evening. But yeah, either tomorrow or Sunday I'll be back streaming. And I'm going to go get a good night's sleep. But yeah, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.